What's going on? What's going on, everybody? Let's get to it, man. Shout out to Shadow Slayery in the building. Men's Daily Advice and Encouragement channel. What's going on, OG? Deanna Gordon in the building. You know what, Deanna? I don't think you might have missed the live earlier, man. Had a fire lab earlier with Austin Holloman, man. I don't know if you was there or not. So we got 10 people in the building. I'm like, oh nah, y'all gonna want to be here for this. Matter of fact, before I forget, hold on. Just so we clear, just so we are clear, because I don't want to, you know what I mean? You ain't about to put the clamps on me, you too. Just so we are clear. I don't want to hear none of that coming my way. I don't want to get no funny emails, no nothing. That's what this is for. All right? It's on the flow. We gonna talk how we want to talk here. I ain't on that. We ain't about to do that. Let's get it. All right? Real. Well, we is not doing that. Oh yeah, because it's 9 o'clock in the morning where you at, meanwhile. Good morning, meanwhile. Yeah, I'm keeping up with y'all time now. It's kind of easy to remember now because I'm like the Philippines being so popular. It's like I know for a fact y'all 13 hours ahead of us. Like when it's evening here, it's morning there. Global Passport crew, that's what's up, man. Pooh Man back in the building, that's what's good, man. That's what's up, man. Man, it's crazy. Please hit the like button if you hadn't already. Oh, okay, cool. All right. All right, Justin back in the building, man. Please hit the like button on your way in, fellas. You know what? To be honest with you, Shadow Slayer, I've actually considered that. Yo, man, I gotta get y'all hip to this somebody that I came across on Instagram, man. He knows about all the like real like random spots that nobody really like are paying attention to. That's like really dope. He there's a I can't remember what country it is. I want to say it's I can't remember. It's somewhere up in Europe, bro, where you can see the waterfall that's underneath the ocean. Like it's crazy looking. That shit look dope. All right, we got 18 in the building. Please hit the like button, you guys. Oh yeah, don't forget, man. Officially started that travel vlog. Got like a kind of got like a 30-minute kind of like tribute, motivational slash, a little bit of everything, man. Just something for everybody. Um, Want to hurry up and get that channel monetized before I leave because in about a month from now, officially I'm gone. Well, not gone, but I'm gonna start traveling. So let's see. You know what? Meanwhile, to be honest with you, no, it really doesn't. Um, I've never been really been one of those guys that like really made religion like a deal breaker. Like, like even if I dealt with a woman that didn't believe in God, I really don't. I still really wouldn't see that as a deal breaker. I mean, because like I don't follow like any specific religion, but I do believe in a higher being. I do believe in a God, but I kind of understand how people would say things in a matter of, how can I put this? I know how some people can believe that their own, their own choices make their fate and things of that nature. And, that's kind of how, like, I guess people who don't believe in religion kind of look at life. Because I know there are some people that look at look at it that way and not look at it religiously, but I can't really like disagree with that. You know what I mean? Because at the end of the day, your choices are your choices. So, you know what I mean? That's therefore I really don't see it as a deal breaker either way. It's like just as long as the person is good hearted. That's all you can really. That's all I really ask for. He believes in astrology. Oh my god. Okay. All right, we gotta. All right, let me go ahead. Bring on my guest. Y'all have seen her in the chat and in the comments as DJ Cryo, but she actually goes by Cody, and we are gonna be doing a reaction to this Tate situation. We're gonna see what this is talking about. So let me go ahead and bring her in and introduce her to everybody. Good evening.
Hi, Chad. Good evening. How are you?
Good. Hold on. Before we get started, um, where are you at in the country? Cause I'm like, it's 8 o'clock here. Is it 8 o'clock where you at?
It is. It's 8:18. I'm in Maryland.
Oh, okay, okay. We in the same time zone now. Okay. Be more. Uh, okay.
Yes, sir.
Let's see here. All right. So I know, right? Hey, I gotta tell
What's
this story.
around?
Hey, I gotta tell this story, y'all, cause real talk. So when my channel like started growing, y'all, right? And I think it was like when I first started going live. And I saw somebody in the chat. I was like DJ Cryo X. And it was like what she was saying, I was just kind of like, hold on, wait a second. And I don't know how it happened, but she was like, oh nah, she was like, nah, Rome, I'm a female. I was like, what? And she was like, yeah. I was like, yo,
You
for
were
the
like, "Are you
longest
trolling me? You gotta be a troll. Are you trolling me?" I'm like, "No."
yo, for the longest straight up, I was like, yo, like who is this? I was like, oh, okay. I'm like, yo, I'm like, and she actually ended up being really cool. And then I remember I forgot who it was, but somebody had sent me a clip and it was the clip, it was when you was on Dee Dee's panel. And I was like, oh, that's her. I was like, oh,
Mm-hmm.
okay. I was like, damn, that's what's up. Look, see, look, everybody over here, like, look,
Hey,
they like,
Mua.
look,
What's
Shadow
good,
Player's
Mama?
like, oh, that's who that was. Like, yeah, it's her, y'all. I'm like, yeah. Yeah, because when I was live with everybody in the last one, I was telling them like, yeah, I'm bringing somebody. I'm like, I'm bringing a female on. I'm like, there's somebody who ain't been on here before, and I know everybody. They had no idea. I was like, yeah. I'm like, y'all ain't gonna know who this is. I was like, because everybody they was guessing everybody else but you. I was like, yeah. I'm like, I knew y'all wasn't gonna know it was her. So let's see, we got 25 in the building. Please hit the like button on the way in, y'all. Because I got a feeling we gonna cook. We gonna cook tonight. We are gonna cook. Uh, we gonna try to get through this before I warn
I'm
y'all,
ready.
man. I typically, what I'm typically able to do, you guys, is email. I can share it and email it to myself, so that way I don't got to deal with commercials. But because it was age restricted, as y'all know, because of who's on this particular video and the things that he says, they feel some type of way. That's why I hit y'all with that parental advisory sign at the beginning. And so before I even get started now, fair use. And I will be saying that
Like a
throughout.
rap CD from the 90s, right?
Yeah, fair use, fair use, fair use. See, look, even me, I thought you was a man. Like real. I'm like, yo, right, the top G. Yeah, man. Andrew Tate is a character, man. All right, so let me go ahead and make sure I can get this set up. Matter of fact, I'm gonna do this here. I'm gonna do one better. Um, let me remove this. Then I'm gonna focus it strictly on that one. That'll make things easier. Oh, yeah. All right. Okay. All right. Look like we set up good. All right. Yeah. Yeah. I'm gonna just leave it there so it'll be easier to go in and out between windows. Let me see. All right. All right. Meanwhile, you were so silly, I swear. Let me see. Right. Just trying to make sure we all good before we get started. All right. Go ahead, unmute that. All right. Let's see. All right. I'm gonna go ahead and play this now.
Okay, so my first question is what is the number one problem facing men today, and what is the number one problem facing women today?
Let me say something. Come on, ladies. The number one problem with men is that they don't tell women the truth, and the number one problem with women is that they can't handle the truth. Simple.
That's a good paradigm to start from, because it's actually very interesting to say that. A lot of women say, I just want a man who's honest. And then the second you're honest, she's like, what? You did what? It's like, well, that's a fucking lie.
Thank you.
So that's a good point. I agree with that. I don't think it's the biggest problem, but it certainly is a problem in relationships today. That is a problem. The biggest problem with men today is that I think the world is becoming hyper competitive. Most men are not aware and understanding of how quickly there's going to be a genuine shift in between those who have things and those who do not have things. Not just finances, but also female status, everything else. And it's a status game, right? And it's becoming harder and harder for men to play. And that's all women's fault, of course. Because women choose the winners, right? Women choose who the high stakes males are. So women pretend to give a shit about men. Of course they don't. They give a shit about themselves. And a woman, if you ask her what she wants from a man, she's like, I don't want much. I just want to find a nice man who's a millionaire and 6 foot tall and funny and charismatic and interesting and spontaneous and looks after me and doesn't cheat. And it's funny and good looking and strong. I don't want much. Like they name all this shit that most dudes are never going to have. And it's becoming harder and harder. And you end up with people, top G's, who own everything on the planet they could ever possibly wish for. And then you got other guys who have nothing. And there's this large divide. There's no longer any middle ground. You have dudes who can't get any pussy. And then you got dudes who are just blocking girls left, right, and center. And that's what the problem with being a man is today.
What about the women?
Well,
I would say, everybody's got a chance to talk.
I'm going to shut up and have my fun in time.
No, I want to know. I want to learn from you, Seth.
You want to learn from me?
I wanted to answer. I feel like it goes for both. It's not just one or the other. I feel like it's self-accountability.
Women are not accountable for themselves. I agree with you there.
Why just women though? What
It's
about
both.
men?
It's both.
It is
definitely both.
It is both. You're right. But society punishes men for not being self-accountable. But society does not punish women for not being self-accountable. I'll give you an example. If you're a man and you're arrogant and you think you're something when you're not, trust me, society will teach you very quickly that you don't matter when you don't get laid and you stay a fucking brokey. If you're a chick and think you're something when you're not, you can run around with your ego, still get dates, still get laid, still have a fairly sensible social life. Society as a whole doesn't come along and slap you in the face with realizations. If you're a man and you think you're something you're not, it is a ticking time bomb until society teaches you a lesson. That's the difference. This is why men in general are more self-accountable, because the men who are not self-accountable get fucked up. So those who are successful are very self-accountable people. They look at themselves and go, okay, the only way I'm going to get and progress further, the reason she left me, the only way I'm going to do better, make more money, et cetera, is I have to change. Most women don't want to do that. They don't sit and think, I have to change. They think, oh, he left me because it's him, and I lost my job because my boss, and this is this because of this. None of you women don't look in the mirror and change a fucking thing.
But don't forget what you're forgetting right nowadays. They can't change it because it's all about body positivity.
Are you
They
saying-
can look sexy at a size 28.
Are you saying Lizzo's not a 10?
Wow.
Hey.
Oh man. Hold on. I want to stop it right there because I want to ask you a
That was
question
so
from your
random.
I want to ask you this question because why do you think something as simple as that, when you think about a lot of the safety nets, especially in this country, women have, you know, to fall back on versus men, why do you think women still have a hard time like grasping or being able to see that difference?
I think
Because
that women, especially, I think women, especially modern women, for whatever reason, feel like they have to have something to be upset about. They have to have something that's gonna like put them in a weird state of stress, so they can use that as an excuse for bad behavior. Pretty much, it's just, again, it comes back around to not wanting to take accountability. Yeah. I mean, it's like, them lying to themselves. Sometimes it's easier. People don't, especially women, the truth is not something that they want you to tell them, because it takes them out of a position of control that they think that they have a certain amount of control over either their life or their relationship. So when you hit them with facts, or when you're, trying to talk to them and tell them something that's really going on, they're like, no, that's anecdotal. No, that's not what's going on. So it's not wanting to basically face reality, as you see, everybody's favorite hoe, Brittany. Just the facial expressions as Andrew Tate is talking, says everything.
Yeah, because I was gonna say, like, you can literally look at her right now where I paused it at, and you can see it. Because deep down, she knows everything he says is the truth. She just here's what I say on my channel all the time. See, when you typically get this reaction is because the woman knows what you're saying is true. She just doesn't like the answer. And that's really what you have going on with spaces and channel like mine, is that it's not that the message isn't false. It's not that the message isn't false. It's just that you don't like it because it's not wrapped up in a bowl and looking all pretty, like, and shined up all nice and whatnot.
Mm-hmm.
No, it's raw, gritty truth. It's that
And
dark shit.
It doesn't fit into, like, it doesn't fit into their idea, especially if you've had a particular idea all your life, as it looks like Brittany had. Unfortunately, there's a lot of women that think, sex is the only thing that men want, that sex is the only thing that you guys are going to respond and react to. So her bragging about, being able to, that sloppy toppy is on point, and, the box is the best. That's her trying to overcompensate. It's because she knows that there's something else missing. There's something that she's not offering. So she knows the only thing she has to offer are those two body parts. But I'm sorry, she doesn't look like she's very good at either one of those, if you want to be honest about it.
I mean, like, don't get me wrong. I mean, I will give Brittany Renner this, because she was always on her fitness. I mean, she's obviously stayed in good shape. I mean, she's an attractive girl. I'm not gonna sit over here and be one of those guys that's like, oh man, she average, man, she all right. she's attractive. Let's keep it a buck. Like, yeah, you're right, man. Yeah, they don't want to drink coffee, man. Shout out to Chisha's Ed, man. Um,
Yeah, right.
so, but it's like at the end of the day, I do think she comes across as just that typical modern day woman who thinks that's all she should really have to offer, and from there, literally just be able to just like do whatever the hell she wants. But I'm like, I think what she doesn't realize, yeah, exactly. I agree. Recreational use only for her. It's a wrap.
Mhm.
She's just put herself in a position that she can't really come back from, and
And she knows it. And she
mhm,
knows
and
it. Hence this kind of, control tour that she's this damage control tour that she's doing. She's 30, she's single, and she has a kid. Um, and yeah, 30 is that age. I was married, and I had my son by the time I was 30, because that was the idea. That was the plan anyway. And as I'll explain later if you're interested, it was I just my mom and my parents taught me a little different. Brittany had nobody. She had no mama, she had no daddy, and she was raised by her grandparents, and she's also half black. And she grew up in like around mostly I think her white relatives. So she don't have no idea about men, period, and there was really nobody that she can ask about, especially black men, and how to care for them and how to be good to them, because black men come with a certain set of issues, especially in this country, that there's a little patience that you have to show, because you guys are on the same struggle. She never had that. She was never like that. Wasn't something that she was exposed to. So what you're seeing is a grown teenage girl who is like, she's 30, but she's literally just like hit 18, and it's like, damn, I did all this hoeing, especially the stuff that she would say out of her mouth. Like, ladies don't, if your sex is bomb, they didn't know that. Don't broadcast it. You're not supposed to. I don't think anybody ever told her anything. I'm happy she's got her legs crossed. But me personally, I think I would have gotten in a chair instead of the sofa, so that I could sit and cross my ankles, so the camera's not like right up in my stuff. But check her body language. Her and the old girl in the middle. You see how the young lady in the middle, she's got her legs crossed towards Brittany. As the interview goes, you're gonna see if she crosses her legs away from her. They're leaning from each other. And that's because they recognize each other. They're the same people. And it's ironic that people like them, when they run into another female that acts, they see themselves in her, they won't like her, because they can see that gets held up. But watch, you'll see Brittany, like her poor. Sometimes I felt really bad for her, because Andrew used to catch her. He was catching her on the chin, and she'd be like somebody like smacked the shit out of her or something. But you'll see. Watch.
okay, because I was gonna say, because I'm about to play. I was gonna say, because we're gonna keep playing it, because it's funny, because I was so busy paying attention to Brittany Renner's body language, I didn't realize how identical it was, as far as the girl in the middle as well. Because that's interesting. I'm glad. Well, you a woman, that's what y'all great at, reading the room. Let's keep it moving.
You guys trying to get me canceled.
See, I don't agree with what you just said, because 90% of cosmetic surgery is by women. Women are trying to change as much as possible. Men are going to change. They're not accountable. They think that because they're a man, you're going to be attracted to them. No. Like, you can't be fat. You stay at home, you're just playing video games, and you expect a woman to want to fuck you. No, she's not going to want to fuck you.
Yeah, but she won't. This is the point. And then she won't. Society will teach them a lesson. They might be able to pull off a little black with a girl for a year or so, but in general, they're going to end up lonely. In general, they're going to struggle to find partners. I agree with you with the cosmetic surgery thing. Women are happy to change how their appearance and change how they look, but they're not happy to change how they act. Most of them, they're not happy to change. No, they're not.
The women are changing what the men don't care about. The men don't care about the big old lips.
Yes, they do.
No, they do it. The women are doing that for themselves. Because the men don't care about it. The men would rather a woman change her stinking attitude.
The men don't give a shit.
That's what the men want. But the women will go out there like, oh, I'm going to change this, I'm going to change that. If you look at a man and the man said, yeah, he's fat. The man will most, if he's feeling bad about himself, he wants to make sense. He'll go and hit the gym. What's the woman going to do? Go and do? Get a BBL, get her lips done, put on her makeup, put on her hair, and stay the big old fat person that she is and say, oh, it's body positivity. The men don't even want that. And the women are not getting all this cosmetic surgery for the men. They're getting it for themselves. You can't turn around. What man wants a woman that's going to turn around, go and have an operation and can't sit on a plane because her ass has been injected or been interfered with? She got to lie there on her stomach. You think the men want that? Or wake up in the morning before you got to hit the house. She's got to put on. I'm sure I worried about some of the men because they just go out. And then when they wake up in the morning, they think, who the hell is she? By the time you take everything off, women need to change their attitude before they change their makeup. I'm sure that even more than that, change your attitude. Because women will go out there and they would want to change this, they want to change that, all the things that don't count. If you learn to, the same way women can go out there and learn to put makeup on, learn to cook, learn to wash by hand. Learn to please a man. That's what you need to do.
That's outdated, girl.
She said, girl.
That's outdated.
Oh, nah. See, and that's where she lose me. You ain't about to know. No, I can't go. See, Brittany. All right, nah. See now. See, Brittany. See now. You made me do it. Made me do it, Brittany. Made me do it, Brittany. She made me do it. That's her fault. She made me do that. I promise y'all I ain't. No, but seriously, I'm like, that's outdated. Excuse me? Oh, okay. All right. I'm like, now I see why PJ walked. Now I see why PJ
taking
walked.
care of your house, feeding yourself, clean, like doing adult things. That's old fashioned. That woman been married, what, 32 or 36 years. Like Aunt Jenny was telling, they weren't even listening. They were so busy listening to have something to say to her once she was done, because they already knew they were going to disagree with her. They didn't need what she said. Like, it just never occurred to her. And it's the honest to God truth. Women dress and do certain things to look good for each other. They're not even like, it's like they got blinders on as to what the men are asking for and what it is that they're attracted to. They don't give a shit. You're going to be attracted to what I am attracted to, and you're going to like it. And that's that. Well, you got that passport bro movement happening where fellas are like, I told you I ain't like it. I'm trying to tell you for like 15 years we ain't like this shit. So now that and I always say that the passport movement is a result of something. You guys the fellas got tired of pushing and arguing and having to come home to Armageddon every day, that they just said, you know what, I'm gonna take my chances overseas. They didn't want to, I kind of just don't want to be bothered with it. My favorite is when somebody's like, oh, he just couldn't handle me. Bitch, you're not a wildebeest. He's not supposed to handle you. That's not what he's supposed to do. In a relationship, he's not supposed to handle you. Like, come on, that don't make any sense. I need a man that's gonna handle me. Do you really want a man that's gonna handle you? Do you? Because I'm sure them punches would not be, you wouldn't like that. But the disrespect though that they show poor auntie, like, I just it pissed me off. But go, please finish playing it, please.
Oh, okay, all right. Yeah, I'm like, hold on, I saw. I got you, my G. Because I almost forgot. I recently added that. Where is it at? Oh yeah, I got it.
That's what I was waiting for too. I thought you was gonna whip out. I thought you was gonna hit the whip. Or what's the other one? Emotional damage. I thought you was gonna hit that one too.
Oh, I got you. Oh, yeah, for real.
Emotional damage.
For real.
It's like we had literally just talked about this off camera when you guys came from the airport. We were talking about what's the value system or the point system for a woman who cooks versus a woman who can suck good dick and fuck well. But I'm saying is that Pearl, if you can correct me if I'm wrong, but quoting her was that when she interviewed people on the street, that there was more points given to something like a sexual return as opposed to washing my hand in the dishwasher. Why cook? We can eat out. There's a chef. People don't give a fuck about that. We literally just talked about this yesterday.
It was okay. I did a street interview and I asked the guys, would you rather have a girl that gave good head or a good cook? And most guys
they want this.
But I think that's more for like a one night stand.
But what I'm trying to say is that if you, all the women out there, and they're talking about, well, some of the women want to be settled down. They want a man, right? And you got to think what the man wants. The man ain't interested in that. Look at when you do street interviews, you're interviewing single people. Look at the people there that are happily
Wrong, honey. There's an echo.
Because all the things that the women out there.
Yeah, my bad. I had to turn mine down.
You can suck K just as good as any old tramp on the street. And keep your man and have a man. And I can say that because I'm 32 years in counting.
Auntie, you can't say attraction's not important. You can't say attraction is not important. It is important. Well, initially, exactly. A man is not going to find you attractive and then think, oh, because.
Oh shit! I ain't even peep that. Random.
You can cook. Wow, it's not a chef.
A man's going to find you attractive and he's going to...
Let's ask Andrew.
Would you be with a girl that's 5 out of 10 because she can cook?
Well, firstly, that's not what she said, to be fair. And secondly, I'd be with a 10 out of 10 who can cook because I'm top G. But to make the point, I think what you have to understand is what men are looking for in a relationship. So you did the street interview and you're asking single people, probably young people, probably idiots who know they're on camera talking shit about good head on this garbage. It's bullshit. What men are interested in life, not just in their relationship, but in their life as a whole, is status. I don't think most people understand, especially women, how competitive the male world is and how competitive it is for status. This is why men do everything they do. Men buy the faster car, not to drive me faster because of status. That's why we want a bigger house. We don't give a shit where we live. It's because of status. That's why I want to go to the gym and get big and strong because of status. Everything we do is about status. That's why I want the better job. So I want more money. That's why I want to be respected. So what's the number one thing we want our female to give us? Status. That's what we want. So she can give us status by being beautiful. That's one thing she can do. But another thing she could do is if I turn up home and I come home with my boys and she says, I'll cook you all a steak. That's status. That's all my boys going, Ross, you've just been out all night and she's here and she's going to cook for all of us and she'll clean up and tidy up. That's the kind of girl a man's not going to want to lose because it makes him look good. That's what men want. Status. Suck a dick, blah, blah, blah. Listen, dick can only be sucked in so many ways. I mean, let's be serious about this.
You had to go 3,000.
No, this is actually a serious point, right? This is a very serious point because the Western world has collapsed in real time. It's a failed society. And one of the reasons it's a failed society is because of the over-sexualization, especially of females as a whole. If a woman comes up to me and goes, I'll be the best sex you ever had, I am fucking revolted. I don't want the best sex I've ever had. I want you to be pure and a virgin. You should know what sex is. Cook my fucking dinner. Shut up. Don't come and talk to me about fucking sucking dick. It's vile. It's disgusting. I don't want to hear that shit.
Can I say something?
I don't want to hear that shit. What I want is a woman who makes me look good. No woman who's running around talking about sucking dick can make me look good. So I lose interest completely and utterly. And that's the truth. So what she's saying is completely correct. These are old school things, but it's not about the act. Yes, you can order food, of course. It's about the status that comes with it. That's what it's about.
Sagittarius, spoken like a true one. That is true.
My man's a Sagittarius.
Listen, well,
my man's a Sagittarius.
So basically, it's a straight shooting sort of conversation. But I think that sometimes we get distracted and we talk about the bicker between men and women. I think that the problem that men and women have is the consequences of the bad decisions that the 1% of powerful men make on our behalf, because our problems are on a societal level, less than between woman and man. That is why there's a lot of competition between men. This chase for status that they will never get.
Why is that the fault of the 1% of men?
Because they're the ones that drive the machine that runs this. The West
it's always been that way.
Yeah, but then think about the men that are at the top now, the corruption and everything that's going on. And this is why it feels very good to sit next to somebody like you and just say, do you know what? appreciate that you say things that are really true. You expose a very toxic truth and a very true truth as well that is out there. But the reality is, on the trenches, when you go to the grassroots, people don't feel the way that you feel. It's not as simple as what you say. They are victims of this system. So my job here is really not to try and make it about men and women, is to make you understand that actually we need to start changing the narrative.
You don't want to make it about men and women.
They're both messed up on either side.
Because then women look bad.
No, because it's about everybody together. Women have their traumas, men have their traumas. I'm not here to fight against men and women. That's small.
I understand what you're saying. But the idea that this 1% of men have created this terrible society. Yeah, I talk about that. I talk about the Matrix. I talk about these things. But it's always been this way. It's always been a small elite group of men who are in charge of the world. And unfortunately now we're fighting battles in different ways. The days of old, a man proved his worth by going to war. Basically, every man at any point in his life was going to end up going to war, and he came back victorious. He came back with honor. He got himself a wife. That's how it worked, right? Now men don't have to go to war as much, depending on where you live in the world, and it's slightly different. And we fight our wars in other ways. And one of the true expressions of testosterone and trying to really express your ability and your combative ability now in the modern world is power and influence. So in the olden days, you go to war, you come back with a ribbon. Nowadays, you got X amount of followers, you can move the world with money. I can bend reality with money. Please understand, if I walk into G, they lock the door. No brokies allowed in. Tate's here. And I buy what the fuck I want. There's lines outside because I'm there. I bend the world with money. That's how the wars are now won. So you're talking about high status males, and it's always been that way. Now you have a whole contingent of men who aren't dead. Okay, they didn't die in a ditch, but they're lonely as fuck jerking off. And that's the reality of it. And women don't give a fuck about them. And why should you? I'm not sitting here actually shitting on women in any way. I think women have a biological instinct to a degree to try and find the best mate they can because it gives them the highest chance of survival in the harsh realities of the world. And if they look at a man who's not capable, they just don't feel an attraction to him. And that's the bottom line of it. And that's why I'm largely misunderstood. I don't blame women for a lot of the problems. Women are guilty of certain things, but I have a massive amount of blame to place on men because there's so many men who are genuinely incompetent. If I was a chick, I wouldn't fuck these losers either. Like, they're losers. So it's hard.
Balance. I love it.
Do you know what I don't understand? Why people always go for the 1%? All the women want to rush for the 1%. Why don't you just find a regular 9-to-5 person that's going to look after you? You can be his queen. Why can't you just do that? Why is everybody rushing? I've got a man. We don't go on social media. Everyone from Parliament, no, about social media. 9 to 5. I've got around property. 32 years, happy as Larry. What is the problem?
That's an excellent question.
No, actually, let me clarify. When I meant 1%, is not the 1% of attraction. I mean the actual people that are in charge of the things that run the world the way that.
What I'm trying to say is that it's always been an umbrella we've lived under.
But
and
the
then
difference
functioned underneath it. So why is it going to affect me?
I'll explain why. Because as Sir Mr. Andrew King Tate said,
as he said,
thank you. I'll have this one after this point. It is. I've been drinking lime juice as well. So as he very rightly said, society is now evolved. Before men went to war, now men don't go to war. So there's a lot of sense of no purpose that they need to find. And then on the women's side is that the same way that a society evolved and made men feel less purpose, they have now had to take on bigger purposes. They have to go to work like they didn't have to do before. They have to take care of the family and work and do all of these things and now deal with the fact that men are feeling a little bit like out of,
rubbish. That's what I'm saying.
No,
you get a 9-to-5 person, right? What is wrong with you going out there, find a red...
Please, somebody help! My t-shirt, it sucks!
Put it back on and get on the tape. Regular 9-to-5 person, right? You can function underneath that. Because I'm always saying the women say, oh, we ain't got enough money. We ain't got enough money. Work with what the man's got.
You're right.
Work with what the man's got. You can make a man your alpha. Everybody wants to go and find his top earning money. Find a 9-to-5, work regular, save your money, learn to cook and not have takeouts, and then save your money as I did before.
Then you should direct this to the men that feel upset because they're not like how to
There's always direct something to the man.
No, she's complete.
I gotta stop this because that just agitated me. What the fuck she just said? That had to be something. That had to be the dumbest response I just heard.
Now, did that make any sense?
No, it
Now, what
didn't.
she said, did that make any sense whatsoever? Like Auntie Jenny said, what is wrong with dating and hooking up with somebody that works a 9-to-5? That shows you how very little women know or they check for income. You know, they'll turn a dude down that works for UPS. This dude makes $100,000 a year. They will see a bus driver. They'll turn him down too. Guess what? He'll make like 65, 70. Like this wanting a six-figure thing. Like, think about that. You're going after only what, maybe 10% of men in the entire world, and depending on race and demographic, it's even less than that. And they have somehow normalized this and have like made it okay to chase after these men and then get mad when they get cheated on and things like that. There is not a damn thing wrong dating a dude that's a blue collar dude. I put to you like this. I would rather be a poor man's wife than a rich man's side bitch. You can't do anything as a side bitch, because that is your position as a side bitch. And that's where you gonna stay. You're never gonna maneuver. You're never gonna do or be anything more than that to this man. He's already shown you where your place is. And if you're okay with that in exchange for the lifestyle, you don't mind being shat on, you don't mind, sharing the dick. Like if you're okay with that, then hey, more power to you. But there are those of us that want, like, I want a healthy, natural, beneficial relationship, and two incomes are better than one. So just because that man's only making 65 and you bring in your little 50 or something like that, you got a combined household income of over $100,000. What they want to do is that they want these men with these six figures because they want to work and keep their money. They don't want to have to spend their money on anything. They, like you guys always mention, they want traditional men without having to put in any work and without trying to be a traditional woman. And it's not going to work that way. And that's not an even exchange. That's unfair balance. You want one thing from your man, he's going to expect certain things from you too, which is there's nothing wrong with that. But if this man sees that he's giving you 95%, you only giving him 10, 15 when you feel like it, he's either going to cheat or they're going to leave. Those are your options. Like, how dare her? I bet you her dad was a blue collar. I bet you he was blue collar. I bet you he did that. And her grandfather and her mama and everybody else, for whatever reason, these women think that they all deserve these six-figure men. No, y'all don't. You don't. There's a couple of things that's going that you probably don't have. You probably don't have the physical stature, but if you come with something up here, men can kind of overlook some of that stuff. If you ain't the best looking, but you tick off all the rest of the buttons, they'll work with you. They'll work with you. Women don't do the same thing.
All the time, because
a man will work with you.
Yeah, Kevin Samuel said it best. Men go down in looks for cooperation.
Mm-hmm.
All the time. So I'm like, yeah, that definitely ain't nothing.
But it's peace. But see, I think what they're getting mixed up and misconstrued is that me asking you for cooperation is me asking for us to keep peace in this house that we are in together. Because when adults and children walk out of a peaceful household, then they can go out and face the rest of the world confident and knowing that everything is okay. But like, not what they're doing right now. It's not working. The men are running. I don't know about the rest of y'all, but I'm not too happy about that. That's not a good look.
It really ain't. Let's continue.
Completely right. I'll tell you this. There's not a girl on this panel or on the planet today who can walk outside and find a man who's going to be nice to her, loyal to her, and make her his queen. Women don't want that. So they'll sit there and go, no, I want Chris Brown. And then they'll try to get Chris Brown. And Chris Brown will cheat. And they'll be like, I can't believe you cheated. I'm devastated. What the fuck?
Exactly.
You just said that. That's what I'm saying. Like,
what you truly want in your life. If you truly want to just find a man who's going to look after you and take care of you, you're going to be his queen, he's going to be loyal. You can find that all day, but you're going to have to settle to a degree where a lot of women perhaps are not prepared to do that. You see how women act. They'd rather chase a fraction of a real G's time than have 100% of the time of a fucking dude who they don't respect at that level. And it's kind of going to a car dealership. You walk in there, if you want reliability, you can get a Nissan. But if you want to get a Ferrari, it comes with headaches. It's going to come with problems. So when girls say to me, oh, you know what, Andrew, you should be loyal to it. Men like me don't have to be. And you know that. So why the fuck are you here trying to tell me what to do? Because you know I don't have to be loyal. And all the girls I'm fucking don't have to be loyal. So why are you sitting there pretending you expected me to be loyal when everyone knew from ground up day one it was never going to ever fucking happen? And you're still here.
I think
you're still texting me.
They're going to be the one that changes you.
Well, no, yeah, of course they are.
That's the biggest mistake.
And they're still there.
This is the female decision. They sit there and decide, no, I want this. Cool, then you're going to have to accept he ain't going to be loyal to you. He's barely going to reply to you. That's the game.
They like getting cheated. I swear to God, this show has made me believe. I think women like to be cheated on.
I don't.
I swear to God, no, because all y'all ever talk about is your exes that cheated on you. That's all y'all ever talk about. And it's like
only talks about that. The regular women that run in.
The women that come on the show.
Oh, good thing I'm a regular and extraordinaire.
But do you not think it's because we're not holding men accountable? So when a man, because he's a top G, cheats on a woman, it's like, well, what do you expect? When you should actually turn around to him and say,
for what? Accountable for its natural evolutionary biology.
Is cheating morally correct?
Yes.
Depends.
Yes.
How are you saying? How are you saying
that?
You so
with your woman cheating on you then?
No, because
it's a wrap when she cheats on you, but you can cheat on her.
There has not been in the history of humanity, across any culture, any book, any story, any fable, there has never been across the history of humanity any respect put in the name of a promiscuous female ever.
Stop being so nice to women. Nice women.
I really wish this wasn't age restricted. Oh, God.
You name the biggest conquerors that you can possibly name from history. Genghis Khan, Alexander the Great, all of them. They all had 100 wives, bunch of children, big G, conquered the world. Normal. That is normal evolutionary biology. That's how men are designed to be. There's never been a single female who's been celebrated for her promiscuity ever in history. It's always been frowned upon and disgusting. So yes, we are completely and utterly different. Yes, it's different if a woman cheats on a man. And if a man is at a complete top level of his life and ticks every single box, and if he decides to be loyal, which some do, and I can be loyal, and I have been loyal, but there's also times in my life where I think, fuck it, I don't want to be, and get a new girlfriend every single day of the week. I can do that, and I can decide to do that. If a woman decides to do the same, purely because her value is high enough to attract so many males, because she's beautiful, for example, it is completely different. I'm going to explain to you why it's completely different, so buckle up. It's different. It's different. It's different. Well, I'll tell you why. It is impossible for a female to be promiscuous on a long enough period of time without devaluing herself. Because she's fucking people she shouldn't be fucking. There is no way she is sleeping with endless men, and all of them are either high-value men or treating her the way she should be treated. You find a woman who slept with 50, 100 dudes, she's either fucking dudes which aren't at her level or haven't worked hard enough to try and get the pussy. She was just too drunk to realize he's a loser, plays video games. Or she's fucking a top G who barely texts her back. So either way, she's fucking dudes she shouldn't be fucking, or a guy who's at the level who doesn't give her the right amount of attention. For a woman to find a guy who's truly on a level, who truly treats her the way she should be treated, that's once every couple years, if that. You ain't just gonna go out there fucking a new dude every week and say, yeah, he's worth pussy. Yeah, he treats me good enough to get my pussy. Da, da, da. And you know what's funny about the universe? It's actually beautiful about the universe because it's equal and opposite forces. When you devalue yourself, it's kind of like men can smell it on you. They can just look at a bitch and go, oh. And that's the way it works. So you have to be very careful as a female to sit and go, does this man truly deserve to fuck me? And if you think about it, the answer 99% of the time, especially if you're promiscuous, is no. So when a woman is sleeping around with all these men, she's devaluing herself. She's devaluing herself, and the world knows, God knows, the universe knows. When a man does it, he doesn't devalue himself at all. That's just the way it works.
Can I ask you a question? Wait, Esther, 1 second. So, man.
Cooking. And this is something that I be stressing. You know what? Matter of fact, I'm like, because I don't even be on TikTok that much, but I remember like one of the last few times I kind of brought this up, and I should have known the effingest assassins tried to come for me. It was just a bunch of random women. I'm like I've never kind of gotten this reaction on any of my posts on TikTok. So I've always looked at it like this. It's pretty simple. I mean, women control access to sex. And I've said it on this channel many a times. It's like, if you want a man that like is worth, anything at all, character, whatever the case may be, then you got to understand that he's going to have enough common sense to know that if you were like really promiscuous, that really ain't going to be a good look, because I'm never going to look at it at the same as a man being promiscuous, because if a man is being promiscuous, then that means a lot of women were willing to give him access. It's like I don't really understand how women can try to sell it as an equal, um, as equal responsibility when only one gender controls access. Like, so it's like it's kind of weird to see women really try to sell this, and it's honestly, in my opinion, kind of scary. I'm like, what are your thoughts on that?
Again, like you said, them trying to sell that narrative, because misery loves company, right? If you're out there and like you just hoeing it up, and you talk to your friends or a relative, and they're just looking at you like, well, damn, bitch, that was like the fifth penis of the week. Like, what's going on? Like, why are we moving like this? They're gonna want to bring another female into it. Like, they want somebody to do it with them, because it's gonna solidify their idea of that this is right. No, we cannot get down with the get down like men do. We're not built. A lot of women, they won't admit this because it sounds defeatist, but because it's something as simple as biology. You guys your appendage hangs out of your body, so your perspective on certain things is very different. Whereas somebody has to enter into ours, that makes everything different. That's a completely different perspective, and they've already done like studies that when you sleep with a man, he imprints on you. Like, he imprints on you. And that, like, when think about that, if like Brittany Renner, when you have had that many men entering into your, like, they're inside of you, and you've had over 1,000 men and things like that, that's gonna drive you crazy because you've been imprinted on. Like, you've had your stamp. Like, a lot of men have been there, hence the difficulty with pair bonding, and women thinking that that's not like an actual thing. I think the other thing that women make the mistake of is that men are not emotional. They think men just have no emotions whatsoever, that you guys don't feel a thing. Hence, these girls going out here being ravaging whores and thinking that men can't smell it on you, and thinking that they can't see that shit. It's another example of women diminishing men's intelligence. Yes, shawty, if you're a bitch, it's written on your forehead. He can see that. If you, like I said, if you're a hoe, he's gonna know it. You're gonna say something. There's gonna be an energy that you give off. There's gonna be something that you're going to wear, and they don't think that you guys are that aware of your environment or these particular women's nature. They think that they operate on men are dumb, men are stupid, they're not going to recognize anything, they're not going to pick up on anything, which is further from the truth. Hence why folks are going elsewhere, because they're picking that up on women. If you're unpleasant, if you don't smile, that's a big thing for you guys. Like, smile. Like, damn, Sean, can I see your teeth? Are you gonna smile? Or you, oh, nigga, what I'm gonna smile for? I don't want to smile for you. Fine, ho, don't smile. That was to help you out. Not technically, I'm not trying to help myself. That was for you. I was trying to help you brighten your day because you was looking a little bitchy, and I tried to tell you to smile. But you get tired of getting those types of reactions constantly from females. So it's amazing to hear like the crock of shit that comes out of their mouths sometimes, because you're like, who raised you? And where did you guys get this from?
I don't know. I don't know where they adopted it from. Oh, they showing love. They showing love in the chat. We gotta be respectful. Cause you married, cause you are married, right? Or am I wrong?
No. Divorce.
Oh, divorce. Oh, okay. I Oh, okay. Well,
But
if
no,
that's the
like,
case, if that's the case, sir in the chat, I apologize. I'm not gonna block your blessing, man. Let me shut.
I'm divorced and just, got out of a relationship. But even with that, like, I'll give you an example of that. My son's father and I are divorced. I don't have him on child support or alimony.
Oh wow.
I didn't need any of that. I didn't put him on any of that. I needed him to be daddy. And when I refer to, that's our son. Like, when I talk to him, I'm always like, that's our baby, that's our son. So it's, you don't always have to be combative. You don't always have to, shit don't work out. That's not the baby's fault. And it doesn't mean that I have to go out here and completely destroy you and ruin your life. I knew that if I hit him for alimony and child support, there'd be no way he could take care of himself. And so how is he? I want him to be a good father. I want him to be a good example for, my son's name is Xavier. Oh, hey now, thank you, Josh. I appreciate it. You're making me blush. You're making me blush. But it's very much like, I have a son, I have a child, and moms will say, raising a daughter is one thing, but raising a male, and a black male, like, there's certain ways you got to move. You have to be aware that you're setting an example of who your son's going to bring in the house. So if you're a hoe, your son's going to bring a hoe home. Don't be mad when he brings that hoe home and she get knocked up, and you continue that cycle. You got to be if you want your son to bring home a decent woman, you got to be that example, because that's where they get it from in the beginning. And I didn't see me doing that to him was not going to, I didn't want him to see his daddy in that light. I didn't want him to see his daddy struggling. I didn't want him to see his daddy like, oh, because my ex-husband is Jamaican. Xavier, I can't send you no money today. I can't send you no money this week. Your mommy said, no, I didn't want none of that. No. I need him to be daddy. And that's exactly what he's doing, or what he's been doing. Like, just be daddy. Like, the money part, I'll figure it out. When you can send money when you can send money, but to actually hold his feet to the fire and to be accountable for that, nah. Because if I asked for that, it would have broke him. And that wasn't, no, I can't let his child see him like that.
Damn, you know what? So that I can appreciate that now, because I remember when I saw you on the clip on Dee Dee's channel, and this may have to do something. This may have a lot to do with it, and correct me if I'm wrong, but you had your father in your life, like you had a father figure, correct?
Yeah, my parents are still married.
Okay,
me and my dad are probably as close as a father and daughter could be.
Yeah, I remember you speaking highly of that. So I'm like, do you think that played a role?
I still call him daddy.
So you think that played a role in why you are that way, and why you handled that situation that way?
That, and actually my mom, the way my parents, their marriage, that's their second marriage. It was my mom, when she divorced my oldest brother's father, their divorce only took 30 minutes. Why? Because my mom was like, don't put him on child support because he won't pay it. Don't force him to come and pick him up on certain days because he won't do that. She was like, look, we don't need to, like, she had the lawyers leave the courtroom so that the two of them could hash out the divorce. It took a half hour, and then they turned around and went to lunch together. So to me, I'm like, what? Okay, that seemed less stressful, right? A less stressful way of dealing with something that can be really traumatic. Also, yes, very much my dad, I'm the only girl out of 4 boys, so I've always had men around me. But my father, and my dad's from Bermuda, so there was a lot of that British upbringing. Was Cody be a lady, because I was a tomboy. Like, I used to play football. I used to box with my brother's friends. Like, Spitfire. Just like, I was the short girl that was bottom heavy with a big mouth, but she could back her shit up. But I understood, because of my dad, that that had an age limit. And when you were done with high school, you need to tuck it in. That's not cute. The boys, guys are not going to be looking for that kind of thing. And my mother reinforced it. She was a debutante. She went to boarding school. So like she would have me in there like ironing napkins, and I had to learn how to fold napkins a certain way. And the whole time I'm like, oh my God, I'm like 16. I'm like, mommy, this is so old fashioned. And she's like, and when you're done with them napkins, I need you to go over there and set the table. And so she was always very, ladylike. And sometimes I would push back. But now that I'm older, it's like the sewing, the cooking, the being in the kitchen with her and my grandma really was more of bonding. And while we were bonding and talking female stuff, they were cooking. I'm taking notes. I'm watching what they're doing. They're telling me what they're doing, how to do this, how to do the other thing. My dad, same thing. He'd come in, he would reinforce that. My brothers would reinforce it. So there was some behaviors in my house that just were not allowed. Like a lot of girl gossip, like there were a lot of female things that were not allowed in my house. And my mother put in a push to make sure, again, now that I'm older, I recognize that the women that she hung out with, like any of my friends, if there were certain people she didn't want me to kick it with, there were certain, ways to dress that she was like, nah, girl, because you don't want, that's not the type of, attention that you want to get. I had a really good balance. I have daddy who was like, you got to be a lady. And at the same time, he's telling me there's nothing that the boys can do that you can't. And then I got my mom that's like, yes, there is. There's a lot of things that the boys can do that you can't, especially after you sprout boobies, Cody. But there's a way for ladies to get certain things done in a ladylike way. And I'm going to show you how to do that. And that was kind of pretty much. And again, always had my dad and my brothers to bounce certain information off. And it does certain when you have a lot of men around you, certain men just are not going to be bothered with you. And 9 times out of 10, those probably the guys that you want to, I take that back, 10 times out of 10. It's not the guys you probably want to be bothered with anyway. Because if your dad and your brothers don't like them, it's kind of like that. Well, what are they seeing that I can't? So it makes you leery. But there's a lot of steps. There's a lot of things that I have been lucky enough to avoid because of, my upbringing and daddy being there. Like he's so cute. I love him. He's got like just fine British gentleman, and he's got like the Bermudian like English accent, and like he's so sweet. My dad's very gentle and very kind. I lucked out in the daddy department.
Okay, that's what's up, man. So you definitely had a nice balance of masculine and feminine presence. So I'm like, it just once again, it just proves how important the male influence is in the home. Funny how that works, guys. Let's keep it moving.
Ask you a question. What would you say if a woman now is married to 2 men?
Wow.
No, I'll tell you what. Let's talk about this. What is the difference between a man? Let's say me. I have 4 wives, right? What's the difference between a man having 4 wives and a woman having 4 men?
You can impregnate the 4 wives at the same time.
You can impregnate the 4 wives at the same time, and we know who the parents are, right? So let's say you have 4 pregnancies, you know who my mother is, who's carrying the baby, you know who that is, Top G. If you have a woman with 4 men, she gets pregnant, who's the parents?
What about if...
I'm asking.
Okay, I asked what if they're different races?
Now, modern science can come along and maybe fix that for you, but that doesn't mean it's not wrong in the eyes of God. The idea of having a family, the idea of a child being born, one of the baselines for a new life to come on this planet is for at least to understand who the 2 people who made it are. At least you're a woman fucking 4 dudes. You don't even know who got her pregnant.
So may I just say, wait,
have you seen the twins that had 2 different dads?
Oh yeah, I saw that. May I just say something then? So if that is the case,
Shorty had a good night that night.
At least you know who the 2 people that put that child on earth are. Then that's why promiscuity for men is also a problem, because they get women pregnant. Sometimes they don't even know they have children. That's a wrap, no?
No, it's completely different. It's different because you have to understand, I'm talking about humans. You look at humans from a societal perspective, but society has changed, right? So let's say 200-300 years ago, if a woman got pregnant, she needed a man to survive. if that man didn't take care of her during pregnancy, she was going to die. She couldn't work a job, she couldn't hunt, couldn't fish, whatever, right? A woman literally needed that man for survival. So if you were to come to me and say I'm pregnant, but you've been fucked by 4 different dudes, I'd be like, who says it's mine? Why am I looking after you? None of them want to look after her. She will literally perish. This is why in most of the world today, virginity is so coveted, and throughout all of history it's been so coveted, because that's the only way to ensure paternity. She's a virgin, I know that's my baby. She ain't a virgin, prove it's mine. Outside of this modern science bullshit, Shaitan, the devil we have here in the West, in most of the world today, without virginity, or at least a low body count, or at least anti-promiscuity, you can't tell that that's your baby. So it's a completely different thing. You're looking at the idea of a woman being pregnant and coming to a group of men and saying, one of you has to take care of me, put up with me when I'm fat and poopy and annoying and I need my bills paid. And all the men are going to sit there and go, no, fuck no, prove it's mine. You can't prove it, bounce. Whereas different. If I get 4 women pregnant, we know the deal.
Okay, so let me ask you a question. So obviously back then for survival, women needed a man. Otherwise, when they were pregnant, could die and all of these things, they would perish. In today's society, given evolution, given the fact that as women we can go and get, yeah, but I'm not saying that. Isn't there a glitch between what is actually happening and the nature of what we have in our bodies? I think that's probably the conflict that we're having right now.
Glitch in what way?
In the sense that women don't feel like they need men in the most physical sense, perhaps like naturally.
It's very interesting. Women don't feel like they need men in a physical sense because life is soft, but it's bullshit. And it's bullshit because you still need men by proxy, 1, and 2, the second life gets difficult, you very quickly learn how much you need men. But women will go, I'm independent, I don't need no man because I have an OnlyFans and men pay my OnlyFans, and if anyone comes up to me, I'll call a male police officer. I don't need men. Shut up, you fucking idiot. Of course you do. Your whole life is based on fucking men. The road you're driving on was paved by a man. The house you're living in was built by a man. The car you're driving was designed by a man. Your whole life depends on men. And the second anything bad were to happen to you, the second you were physically threatened, or times were to get hard, or war were to start, or famine, or riots, the first thing you do is find a big strong man, shit yourself, and throw the feminism out the window. Feminism goes out the fucking window the second that the snow needs shoveling, or there's a fucking broken down car, or the tire needs changing. Then all that crap vanishes. It's garbage. And this is the very interesting thing. I'll make a point here, which is going to get me canceled again, but I don't give a fuck. But this is the point. Feminism in and of itself can't be defended. The point of an idea is that it can be defended by the people who believe in it. This is what the whole point of war since the dawn of time. It doesn't matter if it was the Christians against the Hindus, it doesn't matter if it was the Germans against the French. There were people who had ideas and ideologies, and they were prepared to fight each other to defend their ideology. Feminism is an ideology which cannot be defended by feminists. The only people who can defend feminism are the men who subscribe to the garbage. If all the feminists were to get in a line and say, we want feminism, and the conservative men were to get in a line, you will learn very quickly it's bullshit. I had a friend in Afghanistan when Taliban kicked America out. And he told me the Americans were telling the girls they could go to school. So they built all these girls' schools, and they put the Afghanistani Defense Forces there, and they funded the Afghan Defense Forces to protect these schools. You had American satellites, you had night vision goggles. Taliban were afraid to attack. America leaves. Now you have Afghani Defense Forces. They're basically blind. They don't have satellites anymore. Don't have night vision, whatever. So now it's a real war. The men are standing next to this girls' school. The Taliban are coming. You're some dude. You're standing there. You're looking at this girls' school going, I don't really give a fuck if girls go to school. Bounce. And you didn't fight. So that's why they all gave up and Taliban took over so quickly. And when I said this, the girls like, yeah, they should have fought for us, feminism. Why don't the women fight? The women can't defend their own fucking idea. You need men to defend feminism. So that's why the whole thing is stupid. And the second men don't defend it, it just fails as a fucking ideology.
May I tell you something now? So this is the thing. This is when we assume that women.
Damn, you know what? Hold on, I gotta stop that because I never really thought about that. Damn.
Yep. And it's the truth. It's the truth. You're gonna need men to push your agendas because you need that balance. You're gonna need that masculine balance with whatever you're doing. And feminism, I think there are a lot of men that are, they support, y'all want to make some more money. Okay, cool. Y'all want to come up and, you want to work a little bit more. Okay, cool. Most men don't care. Most men are not worried about that. They do not care about that. It's the women that care about that. And let's be honest about something. My grandma and my mommy were not feminists. You said feminist. My grandma said she would fake spit on the ground when you said feminism, because that was a white woman's fight with her man. That was the issue, that these were the feminist movement were issues that white women were having with their white men. My grandma was like, the issues that they have, we don't have those issues with our men because we've always worked with our men. We always worked together, and we understood where our place was. Just because what they would see from the outside in, they thought that Black relationships were totally different. It was white women that were like, we want to work. We need to vote. We need to do all this stuff. It was white women's, that it was them. But in order for it to gain momentum and steam, you needed men to back it up. You needed men to kind of be like, okay, I see y'all trying to, that's cool. That's all right. Yeah, we got some more folks to tax, y'all. We're going to start, we're going to get these broads. Oh, no, I'm sorry. Equality. Yeah, that's what we're going to do. We working on equality. That's what it is. Like,
I'll tell you,
like, feminism has just absolutely collapsed. Just it has absolutely ruined young ladies and society. And the poor men were like, hey, y'all, this, I don't know, but y'all might want to change this ideology. You may want to kind of like bury this feminism shit or have a couple of offshoots or something to balance this out, because we're not quite feeling this. This isn't right. You know it's not right. And the women are like, I am woman, hear me roar. Something to. No. Black women before this, we didn't have to roar. We already were feminine. We used to be the example of what women were striving to be, taking care of our families, taking care of our husbands, our kids, being able to hold, to work and take care of, like, and we made it look good. We was always fly. We always took time to take care of ourselves. We used to be the image of femininity and what people strive to. Now, when you ask somebody, what was it, Helga? I think, she's so pretty. I love her. The Filipina Helga. She was addressing, like, she didn't understand why Black women were going in on her. And she kept saying, I say that you're beautiful and that you got such pretty skin. And then that's where it stopped. She didn't mention anything else. And
right.
Like, you need to be aware of our image in the world, because if somebody asks them about a Black man, what are they going to say? In addition to the physical, they start talking about other aspects. They're loyal. They make good fathers. They're a lot more conservative. They're going to ask their wife their opinion in certain, decisions being made in the household. They're sweet. They're kind. You hear that. But if you ask somebody about a Black woman, they look good. Their skin's pretty. And then crickets. Like, that's embarrassing. Think about that. That's all we're left with.
Wow.
That's all we're left with. And like I said, feminism would not work without the men. Just like if we're gonna correct this, we need y'all. Like, we need y'all to, like, back us up and, like, see, we've been trying to tell y'all X, Y, and Z. No, I don't want to see my niece having to struggle to find a husband. I don't want to see, my little cousin that's 9 years old. I don't want them coming to me being like, but damn, bitch, you didn't try to do nothing. You ain't try to fight. You ain't try to fight for me. These men are gone. I ain't got no penis. I don't like girls. I'm not trying to, like, they're not going to come yelling at me because we didn't put up a fight. But if we're going to do that, like he said, we need the men. It's a balance. And we've forgotten that.
Mm-hmm. Damn. It's like, look, he said we cool, we laid back, we funny, we handsome, we sexy. He said, I hear that most of the time about us. I'm like, yeah, I will say that, like, you deal with other races of women, that's typically what you hear. And it's like, but when it comes to the women, not it's kind of like what you said. It's not much.
They look good. Their skin's
pretty.
And
it's like, and it's like, man, and it's
okay,
like,
what else?
Right.
And then if you ask them what else, it's like,
it's probably not so. It's probably not so positive.
Exactly. Exactly. That's embarrassing. Like, and not enough people, because Black men, especially like in the 80s, it was, oh my God, they're animals. They don't take care of their kids. 25, 30% of them get locked up. They're dying. Like, the very worst and the drudges of society was Black men. And y'all kept hearing this shit. Y'all suck. You're not doing this. You're not doing the other thing. So what did the fellas say? Oh, well, damn, we suck. All right, well, all right, y'all. Okay, we see the community is not doing very good. So we need to hold up our end of the bargain. And what I see is that Black men were able to pivot in about 15 years and turn that image around. And Black women just kind of got stuck. Next thing you know, it's the twerking, and, you got your ass all over the place, and, the heavy makeup where men can't tell whether you're a tranny or if you're like a real woman. Like, now the degenerates of our society as females are now all of a sudden becoming the symbol or what Black women are. And it's terrible. It's terrible. It's bad. It's an uphill battle. Because people approach you like, oh, she gonna have an attitude. I already know. She gonna say something. She gonna pop off slick. I already know. And it's like, no, no, I'm not gonna do that. Please, can I have my drink?
Oh man, let's keep it moving. Like we're gonna play some more of this. See where this go. Like
women perhaps don't have the physical or the mental ability to go to war. Wait, because this is the thing. For example, in Ukraine, a lot of women took up arms. And in fact, I'm Angolan. Wait, I'm Angolan. Listen. Wait, don't worry. I'll talk about my
I was gonna say, they're just lying.
Let me tell you something. This is the thing. I think it's also really like silly to assume that, for example, a woman, because she didn't go to school, she'll not be as intelligent as a man. Therefore, naturally, a woman is not intelligent. No, it doesn't make sense. If we're not starting to normalize equality and we want to put everybody in the forefront, give a woman a equality. Well, that's what people are wanting. Let me tell you, I want to normalize equality. People are feminists. I should know equality. I want respect. That's the respect. No, I get respect. I get respect. That's what I want to fight. What I think is, I'll tell you what I want. As a woman, I carry myself differently. I actually hold the things that I've done in the fight that I fought. I hold it. That's why when you speak to me, I don't move different. I move different to many of the girls. That's why when you talk to me and you argue with me, I don't take it. You do sometimes. And I'll tell you something. A lot of women may have the accolades to be somebody, but they are uncomfortable to own that. And the reason why, then I would like to ask you, for example, I do need a man, for example, to procreate. But other than that, I'm quite strong, and I would find a way to protect myself differently. With that mentality, what would be the man that would be for me then?
Danella, what would you do if one of these security...
Wait. So she just relegated men to just a dick. You heard that?
What would you do? What would you do? Seriously, there's no gun there.
I'll tell you. No, I'm
Hold
not
on.
feminist.
So she just what now?
Did you hear what she said? She said, of course I need a man so that I can have a baby. Other than that, I'm quite strong. So she literally just relegated men down to a dick and an ATM. And that is what the problem is. She literally just said, I don't need a man for anything else but procreating. What? She is y'all, females lie, y'all. Men, when it comes to certain things, especially stuff like that, she is lying. She is lying. She don't need a man for nothing but to procreate. Okay, now if a man had said, I don't need a female except to pop one in her and have her drop that joint, and then I'm going to take her ass to court for full custody of the child and tell him that you a deadbeat mama and you can't have access to him, then he'd be a bad guy, right?
Uh-huh.
The hypocrisy.
Oh my God! Apparently they coming out with artificial babies now. Have you seen that?
I saw that. Now what? Now what? If a man decides he doesn't want to be bothered with a female and he just wants his little Build-A-Baby, you gonna call him gay? Does he have a little dick? And all the other issues and things that they like to bring up when men do something that they feel that they shouldn't do. Then what? You become obsolete. So what good are you going to be for?
Wow. Yeah, look, somebody in the chat said it. Yeah. Yep, it's going down. It's crazy. Let's continue.
I'm not a feminist. I'm a bit smarter. Either I play dead, one. Yeah.
Okay, they see you're not dead.
It's okay. No, I'll be like this, and then if not, maybe I'll kind of like be very gentle and comply to find a way to get out of it. If they want to come and kill me, there's not much that many people
But
can
let's make
do.
an important point. You're talking about equality, equality, respect. The way you get respect as a woman is by being feminine. There's nothing, we can be equal and very, very different. I'm not saying that where there's not equality, but you confused equality with the same. You can be equal with completely different things. You have a bishop and a knight on a chessboard. They're equal in terms of points, but they do different things, right? A woman can have equal respect to a man if she is very good at being a woman, and a man gets respect for being very good at being a man. When a woman decides she wants to act like a man, or a man wants to act like a woman, that's where all gets fucked up. We try to pretend it's all the same. It's not the same. Men and women are good at different things. We have different strengths, different weaknesses. There's nothing wrong with accepting that. There's nothing wrong with saying, I'm a woman, I'm good at X, he's a man, he's good at Y. Then we work together as a team, we have a beautiful family, we're happy forever. It's only confused where you have women who sit and go, no, because in the name of equality, we can fight and work. There's no fucking women on the front line in Ukraine. That is psyop bullshit. They put some chick there dancing around with Pokemon dances to try to convince men to go fucking die in the ditch. It's garbage. If you go to the front line in Ukraine right now, you do not see women in their makeup and their manicures. You see fucking men in the freezing cold dying. You know where the women are? Dubai, chilling. That's where the women are. So to sit and pretend that women are just as capable physically as men is a fucking lie. It's delusion. To say that you're as strong as men is delusion. You are good at other things. You're better than men at a lot of things, but it's not the physical world. And the unfortunate reality about life is what we're saying when I was saying earlier that feminism goes out the window when things get hard. The harder the world gets, the closer it gets to the baseline of humanity. The unfortunate baseline of humanity is violence. That's what happens when, if all the electricity were to go out and all the police were to quit, this would become a violent place very quickly, and there would be fucking zero feminists left. Zero. You would all need men. That's the bottom line of reality. That's the bottom line. So you have to understand as a woman and say, okay, I need a man who's good at being a man.
But no one's saying that we don't need men in society. Of course we do. We're talking about relationships. Yeah, you're strong, but the thing is, I can live my life as a woman and not need a man.
What's a woman?
Oh, girl, stop
like
it.
in my day-to-day life, I don't need a man to fix my car. I'll just go to the mechanic.
Listen, right?
I forget
How is the mechanic a man or a woman?
No, I'm saying yes, we need men in society, but in relationship, the only reason I actually need you is because I want you. I don't actually need you.
Do you know what?
I need you to procreate. Yes, I agree. But the thing is, I don't need you in my day-to-day life.
What if someone breaks into your house?
I'll just call the police.
Okay, what if they don't come? What if the average in the US it takes like 15
and give her everything.
In the US it takes like 15 minutes for them to get there.
But that's not realistic.
What,
That doesn't happen on a day-to-day life.
These two guys in your house, what are you doing?
But that's not realistic. I've not had any man break into my house on a day-to-day. It doesn't happen.
The point is,
so let's be realistic now.
I know what you're saying, but the point is this. The point is, when we're talking about feminism as a whole demonizes men. And you just sat and said, besides procreation, I don't need a man in my life. I'd go to a male mechanic or call a male police officer. They're men. So
In society, you are needed. I agree.
Okay,
of course, we need you.
Of course. So you're talking about being with a man because you want to. So my question to you is, why would you want to be with a man?
Why would a man want to be with you?
Because they're sexy.
Like,
I feel like because of the
Guys, can we just talk about men? Sorry, I love men.
No,
I love dick.
We don't sound like it, but it's not all about dick. What I'm trying to say is that in a good relationship, right, one that works, there's blue jobs and there's pink jobs, right? And that's the problem that women have got.
That body wash, it's not natural.
Oh, gee.
They don't want to be doing no pink jobs.
But that's not what we're talking about.
We're
talking about relationships. Why do you need a man in a relationship? Because you want a partner.
Companionship, friendship, romantic love, things that you can't get by yourself.
Like you want to go on dates with him. It's not about I need someone to fix my car. Like go to a mechanic. You're not safe. Call the police.
Not
like
true.
it's not
Wait, what about a father to your kids? You don't think your kids need a dad?
You can be around. I definitely want that.
Oh my God, right?
You need that.
I agree.
Wait. It's not that you want it, you need it.
I agree. And these are the stuff that I need in a man. But it's like at the end of the day, it's not like I completely need you.
But
I want you.
You just contradict.
The lights went out tomorrow.
She literally just contradicted herself. And they do that constantly. I don't need a man. I don't need a man. And then Pearl just said, but you're going to need, well, there are some things that I need a man for. Slim be lucky if a man does anything for her, especially with a voice like that. I mean, oh my gosh, like, where do they get off? I can't believe, like, sometimes the stuff that comes out of females' mouths sometimes.
Yeah. Like, I don't know. I don't know what to say anymore. I'm just kind of, yeah. Oh, damn, bro.
Hey, Clever is sweaty. Clever is sweaty. Okay, Shorty out there burning her ass off. That's why she got on them damn sandals, and it's cold in the UK. She the only one with her toes hanging out. It's cold there, dummy.
Bro, like they go, like they so, man. I'm gonna start calling, cause, well, damn, I can't even say that, cause shit, Brittany and that one chick, they what, 30? I was gonna say the other chick seemed like she younger, man. I don't know. I'm just gonna start calling women.
That's who we gotta start snatching. Like these under 30 or these girls under 25. To me, that's who we need to start working on so that we can correct this within a certain amount of time. And war, as far as I know, wars get declared by both sides, and I didn't hear anybody declare one. I've just heard the men saying, "We not warring with y'all. We going someplace else." But and there's every war there's two sides, and there's collateral damage in every war. So I think there is going to be certain women of a certain age bracket that unfortunately we're gonna have to write them off. If we're gonna write them off of society and out of society, we need something to replace them. They're just gonna be gone. When these people, especially when these women, they never think about this shit. When you don't have a husband, you don't have children. When you die, that's it. You have no legacy. You didn't leave anything. Your family's gonna love you, but they're only gonna last. Your memory's only gonna last so long. You didn't leave anything. So you came to this earth, you busted your ass, you did all this, and you left no legacy. When the family bloodline stops with you, you have nothing to show for that. And women can lie and say that they don't really care about that. They do. They do, and that's it.
Damn,
that's it. And yes, there are going to be plenty of lonely women in the West, and they're going to, unfortunately, they're going to come to terms with it. I was watching, what the hell was it called? What's that say? Girls 14 and Up celebrated Kevin Samuels' death. 14 and Up.
Oh yeah, you ain't see that live I did?
Okay, so with that, Radrick, my son is 12, okay? And I saw the conversations that these 12-year-olds and 14-year-olds are having. Thing with teenagers, especially 14-year-old girls, as you know, they're extremely impressionable, and they're like parrots. They repeat everything that they hear. If there's at least a counterbalance to the shit that they see, they can have another opinion or something else to bounce it off. It's like you got Cardi B and then you got Claire Huxtable. We need that balance. Those girls need to see that difference. Also, I think a lot of this is a good way for the men to weed out certain women. If there are any women that are watching this, if you celebrated Kevin Samuels' death, then you're a diabolical, mean-ass bitch. And you deserve anything that happens to you. If it's a little unpleasant, then that's what you get. Because it's one thing to disagree with somebody. It's another thing to be dancing and spitting on a man's grave because you didn't like what he had to say. Then don't tune in. If what he was saying, not only did it, if it wasn't making an impact, if it wasn't true, you wouldn't be dancing on the man's grave the way you are. And I do honestly, when that happened, I knew there was going to be a real paradigm shift in men. Because it's one thing for you guys, it's one thing for you guys not to agree with them. It's something else to be celebrating a man's death. It's in the realm of being evil. If Cynthia G or somebody like that died tomorrow, you guys aren't going to be like, aha, that's what that bitch did. That's what she delete all black boys, this, that, other thing. I'm going to spit on her grave. Her mama is a bitch. If you guys did that to her, then it'd be an uproar. But them doing that to Kevin Samuels, I think it did change a lot of men's minds and how they look at black women, especially. And it's like, damn, when y'all don't have to be so mean. Like, you don't have to be so mean, and that's it's extremely disheartening to see. But yeah, we can do something about it. We ain't gotta be nice about it. You know how war is. Sometimes you can't. Exactly, men would never act like that. Men would never act like that, Trey. Exactly.
I agree. Yeah, because something, even we can go as far as even somebody like a Derek Jackson. Will we probably bring it up in our space? Yeah. But we ain't gonna be over here celebrating. We ain't gonna be over here celebrating it like women did with Kevin Samuels.
No. Because you got better things to do than that. You got other things to worry about. Women, they just, sometimes they don't have enough shit to do.
Would need a man.
In society, agree.
Why do we act like women are so useless?
I'm
not that I can change a tire.
I'm saying if the lights went out tomorrow, you would need someone to protect you. You
yes,
would.
Of course. In society, not my boyfriend.
I'll go underground.
Half of my exes can't even do anything.
That's actually another problem. A lot of men can't do much.
Do you know what I mean?
Not everybody's strong.
In this day and age, guys can't even fit a tire.
You cannot.
Women can't cook. Not true, my sister.
But I can cook.
Because you don't inspire him to, honey. Why is he going to fix your tire?
Guys, we have to do one at a time.
Can I just say something? This is why you can't blame all men for your poor choices. You can't say, I'm talking to both of you because you're saying, yeah, my man can't do this, my man can't do that. And you want to settle down. Why would you go and choose a man that can't do these things that you wanted them to do? Because my man could do all the blue jobs.
I need a man.
Because most men grow up with a PlayStation instead. Most men grow up with a PlayStation and porn and things. No, that's the truth.
It's not.
Speak for yourself.
Speak for yourself.
That's the man you
I'm sorry. I don't need a mechanic as my boyfriend.
You know what?
Exactly.
I need a father to my children.
Speak for yourself.
She needs a father.
Just want to play Xbox. You must be born.
She's going to go out there, right? And you're going to buy your child an electric car. You're going to go and buy your child a bicycle. Who the hell is going to put the bicycle and fix the electric car? Who's going to do it?
You got YouTube. I know how to do these things. I fixed the Bentley before. I fixed the Bentley.
And you can do everything yourself. Go and get some sperm donor or something because you obviously don't need a man.
That's the future, I think.
And the thing is, the future for who?
No,
that's the
society.
Problem. Because at the end of the day,
what year are you living in?
The year that you're living in. Because
you act like you are in the Stone Age.
Let me finish talking, right? Now you got a man, right? And you've been
see what I'm talking about? Just like
right,
the
and you're in your bed at 1 o'clock in the morning, and your man comes in with all of his friends, and said, "Oh, babes, all the friends are here. They're hungry. What are you gonna do?"
Yeah, I'll cook for my man. I'm a traditional woman in that aspect.
Yeah,
I love to cook for my man.
Why is it that when people start cooking, they think that cooking is traditional? It's everything. It's not just about cooking. They always say, I cook for my man, so I'm traditional.
I have a question.
No. But the point is,
wait. I have a question. Are you virgin? You're traditional, you're virgin.
Are you a virgin?
I said in that aspect. I'm not going to comment on me being a virgin or not. But what I'm going to say is every human being should be.
What?
I'm not letting that ride. I'm not letting that ride. No, you ain't gonna sit over here.
Do it, Romy, wrong. Do it. Say
How
it,
you
boo.
gonna like? Hold on. How you gonna sit over here and say? I be paying attention to little shit like this. How you gonna sit over here and say, gonna go to auntie and be, what year are you living in? But then when Pearl asks you, okay, well, are you say you traditional? Are you a virgin? Oh, I'm not gonna say whether I'm a virgin or not. What year are you living in? To where you
she told
where
Auntie Jenny that's the Stone
can't tell
Age.
whether you a virgin or not. I mean, damn, I could see if she asked you what your body count was. We already know how that
Right.
goes. But damn, you can't tell us whether you a virgin or not. Damn. And,
now she's trying to look. That's again, what you get is like females are, certain women are always trying to be like, and like mysterious and act like, oh, I'm too much of a lady to put this information out there, until you let her ass talk some more. Then the truth starts coming out. As you will see, the more she talks.
You mean to tell me
like,
it
look
gets
at her,
worse?
look at her outfit. Yo, like, look at her outfit. Who is gonna have any respect and want to kick it with a bra in a brown pleather outfit with splits up they're probably bell, like she's tacky. She don't have no accessories. Her hairstyle is like, I had that hairstyle in the 6th grade when I graduated from elementary school. Like, she just like that. Shawty just, I don't get it. She does a lot of posturing and she talks a lot for somebody who doesn't like physically. She's not adding up very much. Like, there's not much of a shade. Shout out to the little booby, fan, everything like that. They can't do nothing, but she's not ladylike. Like, she's not like selling that little cheap outfit. You got on a cheap outfit, boo. That says everything right there.
Wow.
Everything somebody needs to know right there. It's the disrespect. It's the disrespect.
Wow. So you mean to tell me it got worse than this with her?
Exactly. She ain't classic.
Wow. It's oh my God. Yeah, let's keep playing, man, because I actually thought it would be Brittany Renner and the other girl that got on my nerves, but apparently it seems like everybody been pointing a finger at this one right here.
Be able to cook.
She's a hybrid of tradition and modernization.
That survives. I need to cook to survive.
Can I ask Mr. Tate something, right? I'm gonna ask you something.
Sure.
Right, because I can't. I don't like bullshit, right? And there's some people that I can't even bear talking to, right? So I'm going to talk to him because so far he's talking sense.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
It's giving pick me.
Right.
No,
who said pick me? Listen,
I would have. Hey, young, see this that the shit she just did right there. What she just did right there, it's giving pick me. That is so cowardly, and that is one of the reasons why I would never do something like that. Because I'm sorry, I'll choose violence. I'd have smacked that bitch in her mouth. Keep calling people pick me's. That is so. It's like the disrespect, man. Yeah, Pearl would have kicked me out. I'm sorry, Pearl would have kicked me out because I would have smacked her right in her goddamn mouth one good time for disrespect. Pick me, bitch. I've been married 32 years. You still trying to figure it out? I already got it figured out. I'm being nice, being up here talking to y'all. Like, what? And and they talk to her like that often. And every now and then she'll, fuck you, little girl. But like, when a woman that age and she's been in a relationship and a happy one that long is trying to impart some wisdom to you so that you don't end up being lonely, and the only thing that you can do is call her a pick me, pick a better outfit. It's so rude. Ugh. That's so disrespectful, young.
But let me tell you something.
Sorry.
As soon as I heard that, I was like, hold on, I'm about to stop this. I'm like, I can't believe I just heard that. So it's giving pick me.
Yes.
Like, hold on. Like,
this girl's in her 20s.
What?
You just called us like, it's giving pick me. It's giving pick me. Okay, I got a pick me for you, Mom. Yeah. You'll be picking your little funny looking ass up off the ground too if that was me. The hell.
Oh my God. Yeah. Oh man. Y'all said it was gonna get worse, but I ain't think it was gonna come that fast. Oh my God, man. All right. Well, let's continue.
Give him coffee. We're having a whole conversation. And you're like, I don't want to talk to you. I want to talk to Mr. Tate.
Hang on a minute. I've been with my man for 32 years.
Clap for yourself.
32 years. I don't need to clap for myself because I'm happy. I'm not here. And what I was going to ask him, right, is how would you think a woman? Would you think that woman? Would you think that woman? Just calm down. I'm loud. I'm actually, you don't want to hear me shout. Anyway, Mr. Tate, like I was saying before we got rudely interrupted, right? Now, is this your idea of a woman that you think deserves a man? I'm here, single, but I'm looking. I'm here, I like taking you out. If you want to hook me up, let me know. And I just want anybody but choose. How does that make you feel? What is that kind of woman that you think deserves a man?
Well, he's a top G. You can't be asking him this question.
We're the immortals. I think.
Who the hell is this chick, bro? Seriously. Seriously, man. This woman just said
the evolution of a nobody. What you see is the evolution of somebody that's a nobody trying to be a somebody. Like this is what happens when you put a mic and a camera in the wrong people's faces, especially if they haven't been trained to know how to talk. Just like I said, the disrespect. They don't even know how to take turns to let people talk. Like if you notice Andrew, he sits there and he's like, I'm gonna go ahead and let this hen house just go at it. Because they're just gonna snitch on themselves. And he thinks it's hysterical. Like the whole time, he's like, I don't even have to say anything. Like they're doing all of this for me.
Yeah, like this is what's on me out. How you gonna sit over there and just say, no, unlike you, Auntie, we have options. This woman been married for 30-something years. She don't give a damn about no damn options. What the hell is you talking about? You sound...
And again, she lying. You don't have options. You don't have options. Your mouth eliminates at least 75% of the men that might be interested in you. It's her mouth. And she doesn't understand, like, how you gonna disrespect this woman? She's been married that long time. Something you got options. You got options to be diddled with and passed on to the next nigga. That's what your options are if you don't get your mind right. That's what her options are gonna be. I mean, damn, yo. And she talking all that mess in that outfit. Like, I just can't, that the audacity. Exactly. She gonna go in that pump and dump category and nobody's gonna care. And then next thing you know, she's gonna be right in the corner with Brittany at like 32. Oh my God, there's no good men. Every man, all men cheat. Well, what's wrong with men? Well, why don't men? Girl, shut up and listen for a change. Like, we already know where her future's gonna be, and it ain't that bright.
Oh man, that just. Look, hey, you know what? Meanwhile, I'm trying to get through this. I'm surprised I've stayed this calm.
I got him, meanwhile. I got him. That's why I keep That's why I keep talking and saying certain things, because I know room. I can see like it's starting in your with your bald head, boo. I see it, and then your little eyebrow right here. There you go. That's the look. That's the look. That's how you know he's trying his best not to cuss y'all. You see the
look. Yeah. She always looking out. Let's keep it moving, y'all. I'm
breathe, my friend. Breathe.
That is the most stupid thing. Because I actually can choose. I've not found a man that I want to be with. Okay, that's I know your reality is you gotta beg a man to give you.
Hang on a minute. You said, unlike you, I have options.
We have options. Yeah.
You're out here looking for a man. You're out here saying that you're looking for a man.
When did I say I was looking for a man?
Rewind that? What did she just say?
The advertising when we done the introductions. That's what you said.
I said I was doing
That is what you
interviews.
said.
I didn't say I was going out looking for a man. I said I'm doing interviews. You come to me, I'm gonna decide if I want you.
Mr. Tate, listen to this insult, right? Listen to the insult.
I'm not insulting you.
Hang on, listen. All right, then what do you call it?
insulting you.
Sign language. What I'm learning. Sign language. Right? Listen to what she just said to me. Unlike you, I have options. Fuck you, 32 years. You think I want options? I'm happy with my man.
Giving you don't really have much options though. Because the way
No,
you're like,
it's not pick me. Auntie, she meant clout. Wait. She meant Esther. I'm sure you didn't mean pick me. You meant clout. Is that what it is?
It doesn't matter. We could go with that too.
I'm sorry. I was just trying to clarify your problem. I was just saying.
Okay, wait. So I've totally lost it. Why would I want to have options?
No one asked you.
No, clout chases his fans.
It don't make no sense.
You
can monetize on YouTube with clout.
Why are you calling her a pick me when you were the one advertising at the beginning of the show?
I said I'm doing interviews. I wasn't advertising nothing.
It's banter.
Wait.
You guys understand what an interview means?
Okay. All right.
She's being spicy, guys. Stop it.
Auntie had a question for Andrew.
Oh, yeah.
What was your question?
Oh, she asked already.
He didn't answer because everybody's too busy jumping. Everybody's too busy jumping in. I already asked, but you're too busy jumping in and being women
He's
to be
patient.
listening. So
He's
now
ready to get
now
married.
we can all shut up and let him answer, innit?
I'll answer. Yeah. So to go back to one of my earlier points, firstly, to make it clear in the disagreement, I agree with, of course, I think everyone knows who I agree with. But I do, because you know what it is, though? You know what's actually funny? The things that she's saying are common knowledge 20, 30 years ago. This is how the world functioned. This is how the whole world functioned. The things I say that somehow people believe are controversial are exactly the way the world functioned in like the 90s, the 80s, the 70s. All of the entire period of human history, men had a role of masculinity, women had a role of femininity. We worked as a team. Now the world's come along and they've destroyed and broken everything. And there's this new progressive think and this new generation of women who seem to believe that if we completely fuck it all up, it's going to end up better. And my argument to that is, listen, we went from walking around in fields in small nomadic groups to building cities, to building the pyramids, to going to the moon. We managed to go from a few thousand to billions of people, populate the entire planet, build canals, build skyscrapers, cities. All of this was done based on the back of man being a man, woman being a woman, working together as a family.
And now it's destroyed.
Now they're going to come along and fuck it up.
If it's not broke, don't
It's
fix
destroyed. It's been destroyed. Man has destroyed Earth. What are you talking about? It's been bad decisions from powerful men that got men to go to wars and from women to lose husbands. Men make decisions for war.
Listen, please.
Men kill men.
Please listen to me. Men built the earth. I'm not saying men are perfect, but the entire world that you're existing under was built by men.
Yeah, it's
all
true.
of it. So, and the point I'm making is now we're entering a world of new think. And that the problem with new think is it's not tested. I don't give a shit what anyone's opinion is. What I can state as a matter of fact is we had 5,000 years of history that tells us how the world works with X and Y together. We're now entering a new paradigm. There's no 5,000 years of history. So whatever you believe about how it's going to work or it's going to be better or worse, whatever, that's just you guessing. Everyone is guessing, right? So we're entering a brand new paradigm and everything's completely fucked up. The point you were making earlier, which is a fantastic one about if I pick a woman who's advertising, et cetera, men always, please keep this in mind, especially if you're a female. People always say, you know, the number of emails I get from girls that say you don't give enough girl game. I'll give you girl game right now. Your man wants status. That's what he wants. You need to find a way to make him look good to the world and to his friends.
So how do you do that?
I'll tell you, one of the ways a man can get status is to get the girl that no one can get. That's a very simple way, right? So
I said not ready to mingle. I did right.
Okay, no, but this is the truth, right? If I date a girl and she's perfect in every way, head to toe, and then I say, oh, I've met this girl. Yeah, she's this, she's this. Oh yeah, I took her for a date. Even if you didn't fuck her, did you fuck her? No, I just went for a date. So you went. The attraction goes from this to zero. Done. And it may not for some men, because some men haven't got choices. But men like me who genuinely have unlimited options, we want complete exclusivity. That's what we're looking for, because that gives status. That's what you're looking for. So you have to be very careful as a female with all of your actions, all of your interactions with your boyfriend or when you're looking for a boyfriend, et cetera, and say, am I going to make my man look better by doing X or look worse? Simple things. I've had endless arguments about girls' nights out, right? Oh, you're insecure. It's not about insecure. I don't give a fuck if no man talks to you all night long. I don't care if you're going out and you're going to an all-girl club. I don't care. I know that when my boys say, oh, all the girls are going out, and I say, not my girl, she stays home. I look good. That's it. She stays home. She doesn't go out. She doesn't want to go out without me. That's status. It's not about the night out. It's about the status of being the man in the house. That's what a man wants. He wants respect. He wants to be the man of the house. I say she stays home. She stays home. Big G. Boom, boom. That's what we want.
Can I ask you something? What does the woman want in your eyes? What do you think? And what's the game you give for the boys?
I'm going to tell you, but before that, I need another Clementine, and I need to give half to our friend here because she just rolled her eyes at me. And I'm perspicacious. I notice everything. She doesn't realize that I'm a ninja. I detect these things. Even when I'm looking directly ahead, I can detect it.
Yeah, I wanted to stop here because I noticed that because after he finished what she's saying, like I saw that body language. It was strong. It was super strong. So I'm glad we've been able to go this. It's getting to the point where I like where Tate speaks because it seems like that's when everybody shuts up. I'm like, it's
you
funny.
Notice that? You notice that?
Yeah. It just goes to show you that
when the alpha is speaking, the women shut up and they let him finish. When they try to interject, he stops talking and he lets them finish because he knows what they're doing is probably a counter to what he's saying anyway. Watch what he does with Brittany Renner that I think is interesting that Trey brought up, the Clementine. What he does, right, is some pimp shit. He says she looks like she needs a Clementine, right? But he makes her wait for it for a little bit. Then he unpeels the whole thing. And then he says, hold on, he's everything. Everybody stops talking. And he goes, hold on a minute. I didn't forget about your Clementine. And he handed it over to you. Wait till you see her face. It's stuff, okay. It's little things like that an alpha male will do for and two females that they didn't even see it. It was such a small gesture. We love that type of shit. She knows that's all she's gonna get from him. He never disrespects her. It's an interesting thing. He never just outright is like, oh, you a slut, you a hoe. He kind of like carelessly with whatever he's saying takes his jab. So watch what he does. Is interesting to see.
Okay, because they talking about it in this chat. I'm gonna go ahead and play it.
So I'm gonna give her some of my Clementine, and she's gonna feel better. So I'm gonna get a Clementine. Would you like some Clementine, my dear?
I'm sure.
You want some Clementine?
I think for me, it's like
I asked you a question. Would you like some
I would love some. Yeah.
You want some Clementine?
Yeah.
We're gonna hook it up.
Okay.
Clementine's coming. All right, go on, continue.
Okay. Well.
No, I mean, I just feel like this is definitely a different conversation for me because I'm very open-minded. I love hearing different perspective. And I do feel like this is a newer idea. Like you said, within the last 30, 40 years, this is a new concept. We don't know how it's going to end. I just know from like my experience, other women that I've met as well, it's like the reason for even like relationships, why they're not lasting is because people don't want to put up with the disrespect. And like, even when you were talking about like, oh, it's okay for me to cheat, but not for you. My thing is like, why not have transparency and have it be polygamous, polyamorous, whatever works for you? That's like, to me, where it loses me with the traditional stuff.
I get it.
It's
all
like,
right.
why can't we have transparency?
Okay.
If I sign up for that, cool.
So how does it? No man in a million years. Let's all be realistic, right? No man in a million years is gonna meet a girl he likes and go, I want to be polyamorous. Like, come on, that's gay. Let's cut this bullshit. So let's be realistic. How does a man show love to a woman?
Ready to start eating healthier? Meet CASHAPP. CASHAPP is
exclusivity.
Wrong. That is how
time, resources, and something else.
Time, resources. So yeah. that's a good way to start. So sexual exclusivity is how a female shows primarily that she's interested in a man. He's the only man who has sexual access to me because I can get pregnant, and this man is the only man who can do it. That's how it's done. A man, yes, I'm not saying all men can cheat. I'm not saying all men should cheat. I'm not saying that. I'm saying that if I truly love a woman, she won't sit there and go, he shows me his love because he doesn't fuck anyone else. She'll sit there and go, he shows me his love because my bills are paid. I'm in a Bentley. I fly private. I go to Dubai anytime I want. I have a Chanel bag. And I'm not talking about just money. I'm talking about resource and a lifestyle as a whole. This is not just me. This is the world and most of the world today. If you go to Moscow and you find a big G, a rich guy, right? He has his wife. She's pushing a Bentley. She has the kids. She's living in a mansion, whatever. When he goes to the club with his boys, you think he ain't with 19-year-old strippers? Of course he fucking is.
Can I ask
but
you?
She's just like, whatever, don't care. I'm the one who has the money. Don't give a shit. So you have to sit there, and to a point, you have to sit and analyze the difference. When you're saying disrespect, if you're gonna go through life as a woman and say, I only care about the sexual exclusivity of my man, then what you're going to end up doing is having a bunch of failed relationships and fucking loads of dudes. Okay. There has to get a point where you go, you know what? This guy ticks so many boxes. once a year, twice a year, he's out with his boys, does some dumb shit. I'm just gonna pretend I didn't notice because my bills are paid. I'm looked after. I can tell he cares about me. If I have a problem, he's gonna fix it. He's takes something. That's the smart female move, as opposed to go, I don't care how good he is to me. He fucked that bitch once, so I'm gonna leave and I'm gonna get another man who I don't love who'll fuck another bitch anyway, and then I'll get another man who I don't love who'll fuck another bitch. So end the cycle of dumb shit.
Can I
That's
have
not to bite the bullet.
but more mild examples though?
Wait. I have a question. Is there ever cheating that's too far? Like, so if a guy cheats on a girl, is there ever a point where she?
Yeah, there's a lot of cheating. There's completely a lot of cheating.
So, like, if he knocks up another girl, would you say that's too
all right,
far?
all right. So
Yeah.
first things first, I'm a man of my word. I don't think I'm a liar. So here's your Clementine.
Thank you.
And he peeled it. What a
Thank
gentleman.
you.
I'm a gentleman. Right. So
You see what he
obviously, I'm not saying
did?
blatantly disrespect your woman, right?
I definitely caught that. Definitely caught that. Wow. Okay. I see what y'all was saying. Yeah. The difference
Look at
in
her
body language.
face.
Body language completely different. Wow.
He paid her some attention. He paid her even if it was only for 10 seconds. He paid her some attention. And to me, that's what it looks like Brittany is used to. She's only used to having a man's attention for a certain amount of time. And then she, as you know, how she has presented herself, she gets thrown to the side. You decide. Like, he'll bring another broad in the house while you sleeping in the next bedroom. Shawty might be wifey, the side chick. He showed her some attention. She's never had that before. And it was honest. It was something as small as a clementine. He wasn't asking her to buy her no Chanel bag. He wasn't trying to get her nails done. He gave her a fucking clementine that costs nothing. And look how she melted. So that's proof that women do not need material things to be happy. It's the attention from the man that she wants is what's going to make her happy. And it was something.
It's crazy.
Yes, they are. When they feel like parting with their money, they can be very generous. When they don't want to be generous, then you kind of shit out of luck.
That's crazy.
It is. That's the only currency that got left. That's all they got left, Radron. That's it. And there's nothing wrong with that. Like, be feminine. If you want a man's attention, like, look at her face. And here, you see how she's peeling her little orange and she switched legs and she's blushing. Look at it. Look at her.
That's crazy. Oh man, I'm like, does it get better after this?
I mean, it depends on your definition of better. Better content, yes. More ignorant, better, that too.
Oh Lord! All right, I'll see how far we gonna go because I don't want to hold you up too long. I think we're going on like 2 hours. We like a little at 2 hours now.
Right? She's your woman. She's your queen. She's the most important thing in the world to you. She needs to be treated in a way that she feels that, right? But it's unfortunate because I keep tying back to this baseline point. But the reason I keep going back to this baseline point is to try and explain to everybody at home how simple the world can be if you go back to the baselines of it. Why do men cheat? Most women don't know. You'll see them all the time. Why do men cheat? Oh, because men are just stupid. And why do men fuck girls uglier than their main chick? Why do men do all this stuff? Do you know why? I'll tell you why. Let's go back to the first thing I've been saying this whole time. Status. Yeah, that's my chick. She's home. Took this one home. Yeah, I got that one. She's chasing me. Status. But it's stupid to females. I get it. But that's the male world because sexual access is an easy indicator of status. So that's one of the reasons they do it, right? So you have to go back into the baseline of why men even cheat in the first place. I'm telling you, if you're a woman, the smartest thing you can do is look after your man, make him not want to cheat, be perfect. But there's going to be a time across a 20-year marriage you might just need to be.
That's what I've been saying.
A little bit. just a tiny bit. Just don't look at his phone.
So
and you'll be cool. You'll be cool. Just make sure the bills are paid. He does his jobs the man.
What
Now,
if you can pay your own bills, though?
But this is it. We'll talk about that in a second. But I'm not saying allow this for some fucking Joe Schmo. I'm not saying let some fucking loser pick you up, lock you down, and go cheat on you.
Right.
I'm not saying that. I'm saying if he's a G and he's doing enough of his other jobs. As for you saying, what if you can pay your own bills? Then what's the reality you face? Just like I described earlier, I'm going to decide that the thing that I prioritize above everything, above his resource, above the amount he cares for me. You'll see men cheat on a woman and then cry his eyes out trying to get that woman back. He still loves you. It's not the same as if you cheated. He loves you with all his heart. He'd die for you. He'd take a bullet for you, and he'd still fuck that bitch. Doesn't matter. It's a different game for men, right? So you're sitting there going, well, I'm going to prioritize his sexual exclusivity over all of his other attributes. You're just going to end up having endless failed relationships, fucking too many dudes, and then what's going to happen is your psychology is going to break, because females don't like to accept the fact that if you sleep with enough men and you get rid of the stigma around a new dick, your instant answer is constantly new dick. He didn't text me today, fuck it, someone else. He was rude to me, fuck it, I'll cheat. He was this, I'll get a new boyfriend. And then you end up just jumping on cock all day and you're fucking done. You need to, the reality is you have to come to a point where you get a guy and he ticks boxes and you're like, you know what, I'm wifey, I got the Bentley, he does whatever he does, but my bills are paid. That's it.
When would you say when would you say it's too far? I'm just curious if there's a line that you would, like, if he spends money on another girl, if he, like, when does it?
Okay, that's a good question.
And second question, do you think that men ever fall in love with side chicks?
Very good question. And this is a long and in-depth answer, but it's a good question. Let me peel my clementine. But no, but it's a good question. Where is too far? I think publicly disrespecting is too far. So like you'll notice. Let's take the Moscow G. All right, let's take an oligarch, a billionaire from Moscow. He has his wife. He has the girls he's in the club with. The girls he's in the club with wouldn't fucking dare message his wife. They wouldn't dare step out of line. Like, they know their place, right? So if there's a hierarchy and they know their place, that's one way of doing it. Spending money on a girl, certainly, yeah, because men show love primarily through our hard work, not just through our resource, but through our hard work. If you take a man who's not particularly rich, he shows his wife love by getting up every day, going to work 9 to 5, working his ass off and paying those bills. That's how he shows love. That's why he does it, for his wife and his children. Most men are out here working bullshit jobs, carrying trash. They're doing that to show love. So giving money, yeah, that would be a far more scary indicator than just sex. Let me give you all an example. I don't know if you all know my history, but I used to run a webcam business a long time ago. Don't want to talk about it, blah, blah, blah. But I had a bunch of girls who used to sit online and talk to guys, and they had laptops, right? This is a long time ago. And I used to sit and say to some of the webcam girls, I'd say, this man who is sitting in and logging in every night and sending you money every day and telling you he's obsessed with you from the other side of the world and missing out on time with his family to sit here and talk to you and send you money, that is more cheating than if he just went out and banged something. If he went out and banged something and came home, then done. But he's sitting here giving you his time, his money, his affection. That's cheating for a man. For a man to sit there and give money and time away, right? So you have to stop this idea of sexual exclusivity. Yes, that's for females. That's how females show their love to men. It's not how high status, at least, males show their love to females. And anyone who wants to disagree with me, call me wrong, call me misogynist, whatever bullshit. Look at a history book. Every king, every sultan, every conqueror, every emperor, every knight, all of them had maidens, wives, all of them. That's history.
What level of G do you have to be allowed to cheat?
Well, it's not about even being allowed to cheat. I'm not even saying that. And it also depends on the partner you're with. I'm not trying to sit here and advocate for men to run around and fuck a bunch of women. I'm not saying that.
That's what you're doing.
No, but I'm not.
No. Let him explain. Let him land. Let him land. It's about to come. Now, one sister, let him plan though.
No, but I'm not. What I'm trying to do is describe the baseline unfortunate realities of human dynamics. And I'm trying to explain now to the world that any woman can get a man who will not cheat on her if she's prepared to sacrifice a bunch of other things, perhaps, right? In the olden days, it was different. The world was a different place. It was a completely different place, and it was better. Now it's all fucked up. It's fucked.
Do it all behind the wheel of a capable new Kia SUV. Whatever your next adventure, the award
up on every level. And men, especially the high status men, most of them have struggled so hard to become high status. They've been through so much shit to get where they are. It's like telling him, if you climb this mountain, you can go to a candy store. And he climbs to the top of the mountain, and the second he's in the candy store, after one piece of candy, that bitch is saying, no more candy. He's like, no, I just climbed this mountain. I just got rich. I just went through X, Y, Z. I finally got here. I'm finally in the candy store. Now you're telling me I can only have one piece of candy?
Okay.
What man's gonna agree to that?
Do you think that men owe a woman loyalty if she was there from the beginning?
Absolutely. They absolutely owe that woman loyalty.
Oh, sorry, sexual loyalty. That's what I meant.
Sexual exclusivity is different. Men, sorry, I mean, Sexual exclusivity and loyalty are completely disconnected for males. Nobody wants to talk about this, but it's the unfortunate reality. It's true. I'm telling you, you can get a man, he can go on a holiday, can fuck some stripper, can come home, and you can lie detector test him. Do you love your wife? Would you die for your wife? Would you take a bullet for your wife? He'll pass the lie detector test. He loves her with all his heart. He'd do anything for her. It's just pussy. It's not a big deal. It's different.
I feel like, I guess my question would be then is like, how do you view sex? Because I like sex at the end of the day is spiritual unification. I feel like I've gone through a lot of different stuff. I've had a lot of different experiences where I did not value myself. So I never had a man that valued me. So it's like, yeah, you rack up guys and guys you shouldn't be texting back or whatever. But I feel like I understand that there is a difference with how men view sex and how they move around in the world. But it's like, sex is a sacred thing, no matter a male or female is doing it. So that's why for me, like my biggest
buts, Brittany.
For me to
There's no buts.
This is such a sacred thing, and it's just it's like taking a piss for a guy.
Can I just say something? You sure you weren't making love to somebody that was having sex?
I'm sorry?
You sure that you weren't making love to somebody that was just having sex?
Hey, auntie, that's
have I
in there.
No, that's what it sounds like to me. It sounds like as women, they make.
You see the look on her face.
Men are just having sex.
Right.
That's the difference.
That's not the point.
But my thing is, okay,
So I think when men hear that though, it's like if it was sacred to you, you would have waited till you were married.
But it's like right. No, I get that. But the reality is that the world is not so black and white. So I understand that there are these things in place that worked and made sense, and now we're approaching an era that like we don't know what's going to happen, but there's gray area. You've had sex, I've had sex, she's had sex, we've had sex with different guys. That doesn't mean that we're damaged goods, we're used goods. I understand status is a big part of that. I understand that sex is viewed differently, but I feel like you should not, if you're looking at face value, I can understand why you would be judged from your past. But if I'm a guy interested in you, I don't care about what you've done.
But that's the thing. Like men do though. That's the thing. Like a virgin's more valuable to a man than a girl that's had sex with multiple men. Like it just is what it is.
There's a limit.
But the modern man's solution is not a virgin. A modern man needs a partner, somebody that's actually smart and can survive in the world of today.
I'm saying the men with
that's going to be a lived woman.
The men with the most choice are going to pick women that are more pure in general.
The ones that are already self-made, I guess so. But that's the thing. The reality is that there's a lot of men out there, especially in the world that we live in today, that need a partner. So it's time for those masses of men to start respecting women for the role they can play in their lives.
I don't think average men expect women to be virgins.
Do you know what it is?
But it's this rhetoric that actually then is pumped into these minds and creates what people now complain about, the misogynistic world.
No, do you know
that's what it is. And even in schools, it's like permeated through it all and perpetuated.
You know what? I'm gonna just go ahead and say it because I think basically I'm gonna sum up what she just said for real, and for real, low key. It was kind of a dig. What she basically just said, everybody that's watching at home, the average man needs to just date down and accept what he can get. That's basically what she just said, in my opinion.
There's a lot of women that feel like that. There's a lot of women that feel like that.
I think
that's why you get there's a lot of women that feel like that.
Like,
say that again,
it's a sad reality. I think that's why you're starting to see. I think that's why the passport movement is taking off so much.
It's sometimes the shit that comes out their mouths is amazing. And even for me, like I understand that the cheating thing, you're and even for me, with my ex-husband, that's how we end up getting divorced. But sex is different, men. You know, when your man cheats as a female, even if he tells you it's not you internalize it, and you're always like, damn. Is there something that I didn't do that made him step out? Was there something that I could have done to make him stay? Like we're always questioning whether it's something that we did. And we don't believe it when the man is like, it just seemed like a good idea at the time, baby. I didn't think I was going to get caught. And my parents, they've been married almost 40 years. And I asked my mom that, And she said that she was never worried about my dad cheating on her, but she knew that if he did, he had enough respect for her that he wouldn't let her find out. And they've been married like 40 some odd years. So, you know, that's definitely it's a hard pill for women to swallow when it comes to, you know, to cheating and things like that. Because we internalize it, because we get something that we did, and you know, and you're just diabolical and you ain't shit. And now, baby, I'm sorry, that ass was just looking a little fat that night, and I had too many shots. And you know, like he says, you hook them up to a lie detector test, and you know, the man will be like, "I love my wife. I'll die for my wife." It's not mentioned before because somebody is coming inside of us. Our perspective when it comes to sex, yes, it's going to be spiritual because it's a different side of that act. Whereas for men, it's not viewed the same, and that can be a hard pill to swallow, especially when you know, cheats or. It's not. I know how it's not an easy thing to. It's not an easy pill to swallow, but it's the truth. Men look at it completely different. They approach all that very differently. And once we do accept that, I think women would be in a bit better shape. Also, I am, you know, give your man a reason to come home. Give your man a reason to not cheat. Like, be that woman. There's the beauty of men is that, you know, you guys are not very, very hard. You're not asking for much. Not asking for much. You're not hard to please. I think women have turned the things that men want. It's simplicity. For whatever reason, it's narcissism. Go fix. Simplicity all of a sudden now is just like you're being narcissistic. But they're difficult that shouldn't be. And taking care of your man and your family should not be something difficult. This shouldn't be conditional. You shouldn't tell people, oh, you know, well, I'll be feminine once he starts doing this, that, and the other. He needs to know that your ass is feminine before he invests in you. If he sees that your femininity is an investment, he's not investing in it, because you should already be showing it to him. Like, this should be second nature, and it's not. It's not second nature. For a lot of women, that's unfortunate. Even for me, I found out how much I did like being a wife and a mom and a caregiver when I got married. I loved being married. I enjoyed it. I did. I liked it. I liked him coming home, and you know, when he comes home, dinner is ready, the baby's clean, the house is clean. You know, I'm in my tank top and while I'm cooking because he liked it. You know, it's something. It's little stuff like that you can do to keep your man happy. Give him a reason to come home. Give him a reason to come home and to stay home. And you can start with something as simple as when he walks through the door, "Hey baby, how you doing?" That too. I am a strong advocate of that one. Okay. A very big at that one.
Very simple. You know what? I've come across women who say, you know what? Like, just to make sure, I'm on his ass about 2-3 times a day. I'm like, okay. I'm like, then you shouldn't have anything to worry about then. I'm like, it's funny too, because like I said, you know, guys in my circle, they're married, you know, for the most part. And, you know, some of the ones that I do know, like they well taken care of, you know, because, you know what I mean? Because, you know, once I'm cool with them, I get cool with the wives too. And yeah, you know,
yes.
Guys, we talk. Ladies, guys talk.
Are in their 80s. Your parents are in these, okay? When daddy pops that blue pill, mommy is on that ass. That's something else that she said. She was like, no, don't let them. She's like, no, sex is an extremely important part of the relationship. Like I grew up like my parents were very open when it came to that. Like, and my dad like, no, you what? Break that man off. No, my mom's like, I don't. She doesn't understand women who will marry a man that she's not. When you know your man is coming home, that them panties should be dripping when he gets there. Like your man should you roll over in the morning and he ain't even got to ask you to take care of it. You already on it. Like it's little stuff like that. And then afterwards, make sure that breakfast is done, or you had breakfast done last night and the only thing he got to do is heat the shit up. It's not that hard. It is not that hard. And my mom still does those kinds of things for my dad. Like I said, my mom's on a walker. My dad be smacking her on the booty and stuff like that. And like he pinches her. She's got little dirty jokes. They're super cute. They're super cute. Like, and it can last. Yeah. And they still, they still like each other. And after 40 plus years of marriage, my mom's like, we still learn new things about each other every day. And they laugh. They have like their own dates. They do puzzles. They'll do puzzles together, or like they'll watch like mystery. Or my mom, she'll sit down and stomach full and balls empty. There you go, Trey. It's not that hard. And shut up and don't talk so much. Don't always feel like you have to have the last word. Something that ladies don't understand, and any ones that are watching, get this: there cannot be two alphas in the same area. They're going to cancel each other out. Nature's not going to allow it. It's not going to allow it. Your environment is not going to function with two alphas. Even if you see a lion pride, when there's two alphas, one has his pride and the other has his pride. A lot of times, if there's two alphas, they're usually related, but they're not an alpha from one side of Serengeti and another alpha from the other side got together and decided to mix up the bitches. Nah, he got his, he's got his. If we need to hunt or something like that, we need to take care of the territory, then that's one thing. But you can't have two alphas in the house. And an alpha female, you're not bringing a balance into your home. Masculine and femininity are supposed to be a balance. You got two alphas in the house, they're going to cancel each other out. And trust me, ladies, you can, if you think you're going to do something because you wield the sword of divorce and what comes with all of that, like they use that as a punishment, almost like a way to keep your man set and straight in line. Man, when he gets married or he remarries and he's along with you, it's a huge contradiction. Like I hate hearing men say they don't want to get married. Like that breaks my heart, because again, when you are separate, when you are single, you are taxed as a single person. So your taxes, the percentage of the amount of taxes they take out of your paycheck is based on you being single. That's what they want. And as I mentioned earlier, when you die, if you have something, automatically goes to Uncle Sam. Even if you write a prenup to get your family members to cover it, to try and get whatever it is that you leave, the government can protest to that. And they have enough manpower to go ahead and protest your will, and they take your shit and they liquidate your assets, and then that is it. We have a family of what is going on in the US. You can LLC your family. You LLC your family, you what? A conglomerate. And if you got a bunch of families in one place, that's a community. And if you got a community of families who have LLC'd themselves and they're living, they can afford their own security. They can afford damn near their own military. They can grow their own food. These people can become self-sufficient. And when somebody dies, that money stays within the family. It stays within where you need it to. It's not taken out of the family and Uncle Sam has it. So it is their when you are married. When you're not, they tax the shit out you. Even if you got, if you got kids. The horrible thing one thing that I practiced with my ex-husband was making sure that he'd be able to claim Xavier on his tax. There's a form. You got to go to court. It was all this crazy stuff. Even with him being right now, he's living in Bermuda, which is where my dad's from. I'm like, yo, just let the man put his child on tax return. Like, why are you making this difficult? Because, right, I don't want to be an alpha. I want it. Yeah, baby, fix that pipe. Go ahead and pump that gas. Yeah, you wait till we get home. Like, it's a beautiful thing to watch. Alpha men are a beautiful thing to watch. They really are, and it's great to see them, come home and the way they take care of you. And when you got the right alpha male, and when the male has the correct counterpart, it gets to the point, and it's like the parents. They don't even have to tell each other what the other one needs. They already know. But we got to listen. I think you can see on this panel, the art of active listening with women is dead. You want to know what to do with your man? Ask a man. If you want to know what's going on in your relationship, or you trying to get him, ask a man. Stop asking your homegirls. Stop asking your homegirls. I even tell my friends that, look, I'm not going the wrong way, but even with me, don't ask me don't ask me what you should do in your relationship, because the way that I would handle it might be something totally complete different from the way that you would. And we know how the sisterhood acts. They like to get a little upset when you don't think or feel the same way that they do, and they can be brutal. And I've caught that sisterhood bullshit. I'm always like, I can't be in something that I was told a long time ago I wasn't welcomed in. I just learned this word, racially ambiguous. I'm like, what is that? So apparently, if somebody looks at you and they can't automatically tell whether you're Black or white or Latino, then you're racially ambiguous. And I've been called that. Like, I thought it was an insult. I'm like, racially what? Oh, it's not an insult? Okay. So you get a bunch of categories, and like, when women can't tell what you are, you're a threat. When men can't quite tell what you are, it's intriguing to them. So I've had, for me growing up with my dad being from Bermuda, and my skin tone and my hair, I have had to. My brothers taught me how to fight. I learned how to fight fat bitches because those were the ones that were always picking on me. So I had to learn how to throw hands real early because they would always have their hands in my hair. She thinks she cute because she light skinned with pretty hair, and she's she thin. So I've always had to, like, that sisterhood. I don't know what that is, but I see the consequences of it, and I see it's not good. If you're gonna have a sisterhood, y'all get together and point out when everybody's shit is raggedy. Girl, I saw what you did. Bitch, you got a boyfriend. Why are you messing with this dude over here? I know you didn't bring this dude to dinner like it was okay. You take your whole shit and this whack ass nigga and get out. Like, if we did more of that, I think maybe we'd be in a bit of a better position. But again, misery loves company. That's where you get them old and give bad advice. They're always trying to leave that nigga. No, or you get the girl that's had the same boyfriend for 5 years, but is always complaining about him every week about the shit that he don't do. But you never hear about what she do.
Mm-hmm.
It's always what he didn't do. So it could be, Trey, you stupid. That's all his comment.
Oh yeah, he's still Trey. Yeah, Trey, that's my guy. Oh man. So I'm gonna go ahead and let you go because we're going on like 2.5 hours. I don't know. Depending on how I feel in the future, I might do like a part 2 to this. I don't know, because this stream was like 3 hours long. You got anything to say for the chat before I let you go? I want to wrap this up.
Thank you to the chat for just coming. I was a little nervous when it said live reaction with the female guest. I was scared that nobody, they're gonna be like, oh God, she gonna be up here like, yay for the feminists. like, yay, Brittany. Like I wasn't sure if they were, if, if folks were gonna feel it, but thank you for like coming out and like letting me talk and the support, because I see what's happening and I see what's going on, and as a mother and a lover of men, I had to say something. I couldn't just sit back and keep watching what's happening and the women pretending like nothing's happening or they're not hearing it. Also, just so that you know that are here that still that love y'all and that are going to defend y'all and that are going to stick up for y'all. For my passport bros, I get it. I understand why you guys are leaving. I understand something more, and you deserve to be loved. You deserve to be happy. You deserve to have a legacy, and you deserve to have a woman to treat you kind and be good to you. So be good to yourself. I love you too, Dino. I do. I love all of you guys. Like, and if no one has told any of you fellas in here, I'm proud of all of you, because all of you are doing something to try and better yourselves and you want a different future. I'm proud of you. Keep doing it. Anybody that's out here, if you're starting small, you got your little Burger King job, bucket. Move up to manager and squeeze, get like work that. You work it like, if you a bus driver, I've met some sexy bus drivers. Guess what? I know where you heading. You know where you're heading. So I'm proud of y'all. I'm proud of Black men. I love seeing you all having your own voting block is to speak up and letting us know how you're feeling, the way that you're moving, and for you guys to have an outlet to basically kind of like blow steam. And it's gonna be all right. I'm gonna keep fighting to get these girls straight. I don't want to have to smack a bitch at 18 for talking greasy to my son. Like I'm trying to come out of them days, okay? I'm trying to come out of them Cody high school days, okay? So I'm fighting for you guys. I'm fighting for you guys. I'm fighting for my son. I'm fighting for his friends and your sons and your future sons, to make sure that you understand that masculinity is not toxic, that masculinity is a beautiful thing, and that it's okay. And for you guys to, come up in the world and be able to raise your sons in a world where he doesn't have to fight to be a boy. It's awesome being a boy. Being a boy and being a man is amazing. I'm having so much fun raising my son. Teenage boys are insane. They're insane, but they're a lot of fun. So you guys keep love yourselves. Give the next time you see a young man, talk to him, see where his head is at. And get to know him, have him work on himself. And I work on the females. The bitches are done. My son knows the difference between a hoe, a bitch, a female, and not a real woman like my girl Danica, but those of us out here who's trying to work it. And I love y'all, and I'm proud of you. And good job, y'all. Keep doing what you're doing. You shaking shit up. You're shaking things up, including the economy. It's not just the women; it's the white men too. And you're powerful. Black men, you guys are powerful. You're the only men on the universe that can eradicate another race's gene pool one shot. Think about that. That makes you the master of the universe. And as a master of the universe, Black women have forgotten their place too. Not all of us, and we need it there. But meanwhile, we love y'all. We need you. I need you. I'm not going to be able to push this message and let other young men see another female fight for you if I don't have you.
Oh, that's what's up.
And
I'm that's it. Real quick question. Because I noticed this in the chat. He said, I'll let you read it and you can go ahead and answer it.
Yes, he does. My child was born in Bermuda. He been had his passport. He's got his American passport. Yeah, he's got his passport. When you're Bermudians, that's something else that me and my son will take advantage of. Even my dad, with him being Bermudian, I have dual citizenship. So I'm a citizen of the U.S. and I'm a British subject. My son is the same way. His dad's Jamaican. My son was born in Bermuda. Mom is American, so he's got, I think it's tribe citizenship. So yeah, my baby's got his passport.
Oh wow.
Even at 12, 13, he likes. I love listening to him spit his little game, but his like he talks to girls on the serve video games, and you can always tell the difference between the younger Black girls and the girls from someplace else. Unfortunately, our young ladies are extremely combative, and I've never seen this before. They literally will hunt down other Black boys to belittle them. Yeah, to talk trash to them and to be mean to them. They roll in packs. And so I'm telling my son, I'm like, look, if you run into a female that's rolling in a pack, leave her alone. Don't have nothing, you don't have to be mean to her, but you know how to, you know how to tell a bitch to back up. You be nice to the girls. The bitches, they'll go in the corner somewhere. But I do. I have his, and very much teaching him, how to deal with females. Like, I'm that weird mom that a female that he likes, I'm like, go you think she's pretty? Go and tell her. I'm gonna stand right here and I'm gonna let that. Like, go and holler at her. Tell her what what you think. With dealing with females, it ends up kind of being a numbers game. You're gonna strike out. Not everybody's gonna want your number. My son's cute, so he might be a little better position. But if one woman doesn't want you, that's okay. You probably don't want that bitch anyway. She might not have been no good when you were trying to talk to her. So just keep going, y'all. I love the momentum. I love seeing what you guys are doing. Shout out to any of the women that are watching or that are in the chat. One thing I just started noticing is that a lot of, again, a little embarrassing, women from other countries, when they're in the chat, they're very encouraging. They have really great questions. There's one, I don't think she's in here. What was her name? Like Lily Rose or something like that. Yeah, she was popping jokes.
I've had her on here a couple times.
And she cracked me up. Yeah, she cracks me up. Like, but you guys are gonna need, just like we need your support, you guys are gonna need our support too. So, like, rock on. Go ahead, do your thing. And I'm gonna be right here. If y'all need some hugs, I'm open for the hugs. If y'all need some kisses, I give you that too. If you need a bitch up, or she at least needs to know that somebody's gonna whoop her ass if she does you wrong, call your girl. That's what we're gonna have to do at this point.
Big sis. All right, everybody that came and watched tonight, I appreciate you guys. Super chats, cash apps, all that, man. Please hit the like button on your way out. Oh man, and it was finally nice to put a face to the name, Miss Cryo, aka Cody. And thank you for coming on tonight. Thank you so much.
Thank you for having me, cuteness. We've got to do this again.
Oh yeah, definitely. We're gonna definitely do this again. All right.
All right, now I gotta go feed my child.
Right.
Bye, you guys.
Yeah, man. I'm like, damn. I'm like, yeah, man. Cody dope. She cool people. All right, you guys, man. So again, man, I appreciate the love. I gotta go ahead and get to it too. I gotta go ahead and get these uploads going. I may or may not go live tomorrow. If I do, and it'll probably be early because it's gonna be New Year's, and I'm gonna be kicking it with my people, man. So less than likely I probably won't. If I do, it'll probably be for a small period of time. But for y'all that aren't aware, I do have a kind of like a premiere. I got a video premiere, and it's kind of like a introduction prologue motivational video that I'm going to be kicking off that channel with. I want to try to get this channel monetized before I leave. I don't see why that should be an issue, given that I got 25,000 subscribers. Only need 1,000 to get monetized, 4,000 watch hours. I ask you please to watch it from beginning to the end. It is about a half an hour, but I promise you it's well worth it. Because I definitely shouted out everybody that's influenced me. And it's going to be some moments in there that y'all are familiar with, man, especially how this year has gone. And there was actually, I had to send a special shout out because somebody actually, who watches my channel, actually made a video, kind of not necessarily about me, but just how I influenced, him in a way. And man, it touched my heart, man, because it lets me know that I'm making an impact, man. So thank you guys so much, man, from the bottom of my heart for the support, man. I was able to reach my goal of 25K by the end of the year, and it's still not even New Year's yet. So thank you guys, man. And I want to continue that same momentum with my travel vlog, man, and motivate the everyday 9-to-5 average guy to go get his passport and see the world and see what else is out there, man, because there's more to life than what's in the Matrix. All right. Love you guys, man. So until the next video, y'all, deuces. And y'all already know how we ride out, man. Y'all.
What?